Yo, 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 what's up, Facebook? Man, sorry about that. Where's Coach V? Hey, welcome to the show, everybody. There he is right
I'm
there,
right
Coach
here.
V. Welcome to the
What's
show,
up?
Pure and
What's up?
Uncut. Lions Football Talk Live with Coach V and me. Hey, y'all, first of all, I wanted to, everybody that's been so faithful and tuning in with us on time, I want to apologize.
Being patient.
Unfortunately, we had some technical difficulties, and for a lot of people that don't know, I'm actually sick. I've been home, basically convalescing for about 14 weeks now, Coach.
Somewhere around there, yeah.
And so the medication that I take, it works with me differently. I was up at 8 a.m. sharp this morning, and unfortunately, I fell back to sleep. And I was in a deep comatose-like sleep that my guest and co-host was blowing my phone up, and I didn't know. So,
hey, I'm just glad you was all right, man, because I was worried about you, man. You know what I mean?
You know what they say. But you know what they say. The show must go on. Actually, our special guest co-host is sick as well. Lying in the bed, I got the text. I came back. I'm so sorry. But we are going to reschedule our football moms, Texas football moms. We're going to reschedule them and have them back on the show again at a later date. And I just want to apologize. So, Coach, man, we all know last week was a crazy week.
Crazy wasn't word. It was beyond crazy, man. It was beyond crazy. And you know, look at here. Coach, I'm gonna tell you something, man. First of all, you okay? You good?
Yeah. I'm good.
Okay.
You know, I mean, let me say this, because I want to say this, Coach, because I know a lot of people. I've gotten a couple of people, you know, where I've talked to my inbox. You know, some people who are personal in my personal space, they know what's going on with me, like yourself.
Right.
You know, a couple other people, but a lot of people don't. So when they see me on here, they're thinking, "Oh man, everything is good," and folks, I can barely move my neck. I can barely walk. And so this Hollywood, these lights and this look and stuff, don't let the, as they say, don't let the smooth taste fool you.
Smooth taste fool you. I know that's right.
Yeah. You know, I sit, you know, Coach knows when he see me moving my neck like this, when I'm holding, he know what those things mean.
Yeah.
But to a lot of you all out there, y'all don't have a clue what it is. So it's not COVID. Thank the big man upstairs that I have not been affected by that. But this is something that I've been dealing with for a long time, and it just it hit me in a way where normally I'm in pain 7 days a week, 365 days out the year. This is unfortunately is one of those pains that got a brother, you know, on the sideline, but we got some surgery coming up. Very hopefully in the very, very near future. So
praying everything go well too, Coach.
Yes. So
everything
I can get
gonna go well.
Normal.
When Allah lead, victory is a show. Lead that.
Well, most definitely
That's
the Most High. He is in control of all things, and I think that's the one thing that one of the things I like about V, that we just so spiritually, you know, on the same page, you know, and so that's always a good thing. So, Coach, we had a very I want to call it a bizarre week. I don't know if people paid attention to
it showed who places in what and who places in ain't. That's what it showed. Because if anybody can storm that and don't know repercussion happen, they let you know what time it is. Because if that was us, Coach, come on now. If that was us, believe me, they still been picking up bodies off that goddamn lawn.
Can I put this? Can I put this in better perspective, if I can?
By all
Because
means.
I hear what you said, Coach, and I've been hearing what a lot of people been saying. And here's the deal. See here, this is my house. Certain people in my family, whether they live here or not, could come in my house and do certain things that you or some of those other people out there can't
I
do
already
and
know
get
where you're
away
going.
with.
I already know where you're going with
We need to stop with this. If it was us, BS.
But
Coach, we gotta
Coach,
be.
we not just gonna storm up in the White House and sit down on a chair.
But they wasn't in the White House. See that it's a big difference.
They was in the cap. Well, it's all connected. It's all connected.
But I would be remiss if I didn't keep it 100. 100, Coach, is that the wake-up lesson or the lesson that should have been learned from there. Absolutely. Charlotta says absolutely. So why are folks surprised? That's what I want to know. I want to know why people surprised. But most importantly, I want to know why our people are deriding so hard.
That's maybe because they see.
It's called
they
jealousy.
see what's going on.
No, it's called jealousy.
Basically, I agree with that.
I could do that. Quit wishing what you
but
could
it's
do.
Still, but still, it goes to the point is this here. You know, just like what Doc Rivers said. Doc Rivers said he made a hell of a point. You have your privilege and you have your unprivileged. Point blank. You know what I'm saying? Because
But V,
if the FBI,
but V, you just said it. You said you have the privileged and you have the unprivileged. There are some people that want to be in your life, but they're not privileged to be in your space, sir.
True.
You got people that want to play, that want to be the starting football player, the starting basketball player. They want to be the millionaire, the billionaire. Some things ain't meant for everybody. Some things are meant for people to be spectators, to just sit back and watch.
But also, you seeing shit that's unfolding with America, period.
But it's meant to unfold. Here's the crazy part, Coach. Come on, man. Me and you and I, we're the product of the 60s. We seen this shit before. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Because we're not supposed to use just because we airing on YouTube.
I do. He don't. I do.
No. But we're airing on YouTube.
I'm just playing.
Yeah. We have to be. Yeah.
But look, you're right. In the 60s.
I'm gonna say this because I don't want to spend too much time on this because to a degree it's irrelevant. And I said this on somebody else's post. There are radical individuals in every group. There are radical individuals in every group. I don't care what it is, that want to set stuff off. And if you got the right person saying, let's go, and enough people that want to follow and participate, things like that going to happen. Everywhere. Look, and here's my thing, and then I'm going to let you speak, Coach. I just got to get this part off my chest.
Go ahead, Coach. Go ahead.
That we so mad about what them people did to their house, but we wasn't that pissed off when them people and our people was burning down and pillaging our neighborhood. I've always been a big proponent. You and I, we've had these conversations a bunch of times. I said I have more respect for people to take their fight. They got a grievance. Take it where you got the grievance. Too many times the African American community have been the stomping ground and the plant flagging for where people have grievances. When we had the discussion about Colin Kaepernick, what did I say? I ain't got a problem with the brother taking a knee, but why he didn't do it at the police station? That's what the problem was. And I understand in theory where he was coming from,
he was doing.
But that's just not how I would have did it. And so what we got is we got a difference of opinion. We got a whole bunch of people with a difference of opinion about Boom. But for me, that picture that I posted, with Farrakhan holding his head saying, "This is me watching." I was serious about that. It was entertaining. About time. Take it where to and take your fight to who you got the problem with. They had the problem with the Congress, with the senators, with the congressmen and congresswomen. Take that mess to them. Let them see give them a taste of what we've been dealing with in this country for hundreds of years. But guess what? Just like everything, just like what they did in that same day, they went back to business as usual. What you think that means for us coming up? It's business as usual. It's business as usual. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Coach.
But, again, it should be a wake-up call for our people. Just like you said, they've been doing this to us for over 100 years. I was sitting watching the program. It was a documentary about the MOVE organization out of Philly. I don't know if you're aware of them or not.
Yeah, I've heard of them.
Brother named John Africa or whatever. They didn't like how they was living, how they was standing. Just somewhat like for the people. You know what I'm saying? But it seems to me that when it comes to, I hate to use the word black, but that's but anyway.
I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, our people, it's always the thugs, we killers, we this, we that. We could have never ran up in the White House to protest whatever with arms or whatever, because they would have been the CIA, FBI, and whoever, National Guards, the Army, the Marines. They all would have been there, cut and dry. They'd all been there, and it'd been a massacre down there. And it goes to show that if you can go into a state capital like they did in Lansing, where AR-15s and this and that, and you have the right to carry a gun, but not in no state capital.
Well, stop right
there. Take over and to do, and to take over and damage lives, damage property, and all this. But then you come into our neighborhoods and you want to put the water hose on us because we have a darker hue. We so-called fucking the misfortune. And that's wrong, man. Everything is like it's playing with a freaking race, man.
But Coach,
you had that in the work society. Go ahead.
Why are you surprised?
I'm not surprised. I'm just speaking on it, Coach. I'm not surprised.
I wore this today for a reason. This was for a reason. I knew we were going to talk about this. I knew this was something that a conversation that we weren't going to be able to avoid having.
Exactly.
Stephen A. Smith and them do it every day.
Yep.
But come on, man, for real, Coach.
I mean, I know, Coach. I know. I'm a product of the 60s. I knew what was going on in the 60s and the 70s and the 80s. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these young cats, young men, young women in this era, they don't know what we had to go through in the 60s and the 70s and 80s. Just like we didn't know what the 20s and 30s and 40s went through, but we learned about it. And we see it transformed over into our era. This era, they covered it up, but it still was out there. But now it's out there now. It's out there now. They shortened in the past few years. It has been escalating to a numerous number. These Europeans, they wanted to go back to where it used to be, and it ain't gonna happen.
Well, let's go to some of the some of the comments. First of all, thank you all very much for the prayers. Thank you, Sharita Lucas. Appreciate it. How you doing? Previous player.
What's up, Sharita?
Linda Crawford. Yeah, Sharita. She says, "What's up?" Traumatic and Pepper. Linda Crawford says, there's a double standard.
Mm-hmm.
And she says again, and they will again unless there are changes. And let me say this. So I don't think, again, please, everybody, I implore you all. I told you all about a book. I don't have it down here with me today. It's up in my library. But there was a book that is published. It's called From the War on Poverty to Mass Incarceration.
I heard of that book.
I talk about it all. I talk about it on the show all the time.
I heard of that book.
Something for people who don't understand. And we got the phone lines open. We're gonna talk sports. We're gonna talk everything today. So for all my sports people that came here to hear the sports, we're gonna get into it. But we have to talk about this because we wouldn't be a show if we didn't. We cover the news for the previous week, and so we have to we cannot tap dance around the obvious. But in that book, it lays out the plan. See, what y'all don't understand is that in this governmental system, every time they create a law or bill, so let's just use the civil rights as the best example for us. No, let's go back before that. Before they freed the slaves, our ancestors, they put some other bills and laws in place that would keep us in chains. Voting. Not the physical chains,
but the mental.
Not those physical chains, but chains that systems that still acted and did the same thing the chains did.
And then just to go back on what to go back on what Coach Will was just saying about not the physical change, but he talking about the mental and spiritual change. If you go back, if you go back, research and look up the Willie Lynch theory. That put it in perspective right there. If you don't want to read that, go to the South Africa president Frank Botha. He put it plain and clear on how to mentally enslave the black race.
Well, but Coach, let me say this, and it's not just mental. This stuff that's happening every single day. It's right in front of your face. But it's like Elijah Muhammad said. For people who don't know, I grew up in the Nation of Islam. Excuse me. I grew up in the Nation of Islam. And the one thing that Elijah Muhammad always said about the black man and woman in America is that we are blind, deaf, and dumb. The worst type of black person or African American or so-called Negro in America or descendant of slave, however you want to put it, we're the most uneducated, undereducated people in this nation. We have problems I hear so many people having problems with immigrants that come here and saw the government get them everything. No, they don't. Let me tell y'all something. They know our Constitution and our laws backwards and forward. And the one thing about American law, there's loopholes.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like fish. They understand how to swim and maneuver through those loopholes. We don't, because we don't want to educate ourselves. All we want to do is continue to keep talking about what the man has done and is doing to us, and we refuse to come together. Think about how glorious it would have been had that been the other way around, and that had been hundreds of thousands of people that look like you and myself, who had something in common, that our ancestors were traded, but we weren't stolen. We were traded. I want y'all to remember that and understand why we are not able to come together to this day. We were not a united nation back then, and we're not going to be a united nation now.
Talk, coach, talk.
And we can keep the wishful thinking. We can keep the, well, we just come. You know what? I'm tired of that. 56 years of my life, I've been waiting for us to come together. I've been working hard to play my part for us to come together, and we don't do it. I got people that I've helped with their careers, and what do? They turn, as soon as they get a little ounce of this, I don't need you no more. F you. If you watching, you know who I'm talking about.
And then you have those ones when we do, try to unite and come together and be as one. You have these snakes.
Yep.
These slithers and all that, man. We as a nation of people, we'll never rise if we don't exterminate the snakes. And that's just real talk. I hate to put it out there like that. If you don't like it, hey, it is what it is. For real. If we got to come together, man. If you can get a bunch of Hispanics can live in a house, 20 people, and I've seen it with my own eyes. I lived in Texas. I've seen it. I've seen over 20 people living in one house, and they uniting and doing things for other families and coming together and having it back. Even though they go through their things just like the next person. But they still keep this together. They together. We like this. We like flies going everywhere.
Charlotta says, I want to say that in this day, we have many educated, and yet they still choose to be overly educated.
Hey, Charlotta.
And now they are either siding with the Republicans until they turn on them, or they are acting surprised that this is going on. Charlotte, let me say this. I noticed that so many of us are so quick to say Republican. Let me tell you something, sister.
We used to be Republicans back in the day. Doing we
Republican, Democrat. If you are African American in this day and age and you subscribe to one party, shame on you. Let me remind people what the sister from Chicago, from California, who represents the status quo, who's been in the Congress for over 40 years, who stood out in the street corner in LA.
What's her name?
Maxine Waters.
Maxine Waters,
and stood out and told a crowd of people, if you see those people at a restaurant eating, at a gas station, this, that, and the other, go make it hard for them. Push back. So what's so different about what she said? Now, let me say this. Those same people push back in our neighborhoods, burnt down our businesses and our homes. What did them people do? They went to Washington. They took the fight where the fight was supposed to be taken. If you have a grievance with a person, take that grievance up with that person or those individuals. Don't go and take it out on other innocent people who had nothing to do with it. So I have to disagree with you there, my sister. I understand where you're coming from, but until we become the free thinkers, like Coach and I said, I stayed in the middle. I didn't vote for either one of these guys. Why are we having a discussion about who the better master is? That's what I want to know. Why are we having a discussion about who the better master is? What's up, Juan? How you doing, bro? Welcome to the show. Arguing about, okay, so they took it to the state capitol. We've been mad at this. We've been mad at them people forever. Well, let me tell you what we need to talk about. We need to talk about term limits. Why is it that the president of the United States can only serve 2 terms if re-elected after the first one. But everybody else get to run and do what they want to do. And we sitting up here talking about, well, let me see here. Ask yourself this question. Let's just use the city of Detroit as the perfect example for the perfect storm about we talk about our people. We've had, before Mike Duggan, we hadn't had a Caucasian mayor since 1970. From 1971 until 2000 and what would that have been? Mike is on this is that second term, so he's been the mayor for 8 years. So since 2012, from 1971 to 2012, we have had the city of Detroit ran by people who look like myself and you.
That's right.
Who more than likely are descendants of slaves. Then explain to me why the city council's job is to give out business licenses for people to operate within the city of Detroit. Then you explain to me why 80%,
they going outside.
98% of the businesses within the African American community are owned and operated by non-residents and non-African American people. And y'all want to sit up and y'all want to waste y'all time talking about them people, and you ain't talking about your own. We continue to keep we continue to keep allowing certain people to run or to get on the ballot and not campaign so they can continue to keep doing the same things they've been doing for the past 30, 40 years. But y'all want to talk about Washington. Y'all want to talk about the state capital here in Michigan, and you ain't even talking to them taking care of the business in your own backyard and your own neighborhood. So I don't want to hear that. I'm tired of it. Sorry.
And then it's like, it's like, I go through like going up and down Gratiot in certain areas in the city where prominent businesses used to be, like black businesses used to be booming. And now you see it as nothing. You see a Chaldean or, not speaking derogatory. So I'm not speaking derogatory, y'all.
Right.
You see other ethnic groups. I remember we used to own liquor stores and stuff. We don't do that no more.
Because it's a reason, Coach. It's a reason. Look. Let's go back and do some math. And anybody want to fact check me, please feel free to fact check me because I've done my research. In 1960, in the 60s, the Native American made up 20% of this country, while the African American made up 40%, almost 40% of this country. Let's fast forward to 2021. The African American makes up less than 15% of this country, while the Native American only makes up 3.8% of this country. Y'all don't see what's going on? That's the problem.
Killing us all.
Now we got this vaccine. Let's fast forward now. While y'all ringing the Democratic Party bell, subscribing to not all, because remember, there are 3 parts to every party. There's the middle, there's those that are in the middle, there's those that are to the left, and those are to the right. Now you got to ask yourself, where do you stand if you're subscribing to those parties? Where you at? So I subscribe to both, but I stay in the middle because the middle is where I get to see everything. See, the first thing you learn in investigation, there's his story, there's the other person's story, but in the middle is where the truth is. The middle is where you're going to find the truth. That's why I've been successful with so many of my investigations over the past 25 years, because I stayed in the middle. When my children come to me and say, he did this. Hold on, Daddy gonna stay in the middle. So if I listen to you long enough, I'll hear the truth. Too many of y'all want to take a side before you've done your research fully. Because if y'all had did your research, we wouldn't be having these conversations. Had y'all read that book? Had you all been studying that before they passed the Civil Rights Bill, they passed the mass incarceration and law enforcement bill. They put billions of dollars between three branches: the judiciary, the police, and lawyers. And the two parts of the lawyers, which is the public defender and the prosecutor's office. They gave them money. And we're not talking about a couple of thousand. We're talking billions of money to start mass incarceration.
Well, because they knew the crime rate was going to go up. They knew that in our neighborhoods the crime rate was going to go up. They start taking things. Yeah, start taking things away.
It was meant that was right. They put that in place for it to happen. Ask yourself.
Yeah, they knew. Question. Yeah.
What did Nino Brown say in New Jack City? He said, "Come on, hold on. How you think the drugs is coming into the neighborhoods? We ain't got no airplanes to fly all the way over to Cuba or wherever to get the drugs. How you think Uzis and rocket launchers? I mean, we talking about military weapons. Joe Bob ain't making them in his basement.
Hell no, he ain't making them in his basement. Hell no.
And here, now let me say this. So we'll get a lot of people that have a lot of things to say about that. Well, you didn't have to do it. Well, let me put it to you like this. For some of us, our bellies have not been empty to the point where we were desperate and willing to do anything. Well, until you get in that position, come back and holler at me.
And you know what? I was listening to the NBA Insights with Shaq and Charles Barkley and them. And Shaq said something. You hit it right on point. He said, a lot of people don't understand why people out there selling drugs or getting this fast money because they can't get, a job, a good paying job or this or that, because they may have this criminal background behind them. Yep. And I'm a product of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm a product of that. But when I went down south, I got jobs like this. But here, it's a stigma. They're gonna lock you down. Oh yeah. You know what I'm saying? So what choice do a person in me have to do? I'm either go out there, sell some drugs, or I'm gonna do something to get me some money. Take care of my family or do whatever it is to be. But people not understand. Yes, I'm against I was a product of all that stuff. And I'm against all that now. But I understand because I've been there. I've done that. Right. You know what I'm saying? So for a person that have never been there, like you said, Coach, is not gonna understand that. You was on the other side. Your job was to stop it. You know what I'm saying? That was your job to do that. And it was my job to stay away, not to get caught.
I used to it was something I used to say. I remember when I was in housing. Remember I told the guys this one day we rolled up on them and I said, look guys, let me tell y'all something. I got a job to do and y'all got a job to do. See, I think sometimes when you understand your adversary or your adversary understands you, there's a way that you can coexist. And so the understanding was, and I remember I told him, I said, when you guys see me and my partner coming, it's time for y'all to take a lunch break if you don't want us to do our job. You see what I'm saying? So
it's as simple as that.
It's as simple as that. And I never had problems with them guys. These was on the east side. I ain't had problems with them guys because guess what? They understood. I was up front. about my intentions. I wasn't coming through no back door trying to set nobody up, trying to put cases on people, you know what I'm saying? Get people evicted out of their homes, you know what I'm saying? Just so I could, for some numbers, like some other clowns did. You know what I'm saying?
But then, but when that time came,
bad apples everywhere. You know what I'm
everywhere,
saying? It's bad apples even within criminal organizations. You know what I'm saying? So what we have to
But then when that time came, when that time came for y'all to look, we coming.
I gotta do my job. Hey, look.
You gotta do your job.
I got bills to pay. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And so it ain't personal. It's just business. And
it's
so
business. It's business.
If you don't want that smoke, then maybe
get out of
the wrong business.
In the wrong business. That's right.
You know, I had a student. I had this one student. I was assistant principal in alternative high school, and I had this kid. And this got to be the hardest. You know how they say the real one? This kid was real. Let me tell you, I had the utmost respect for this young man. He said, look, Mr. Muhammad, man, look, you can sit here, you can ask me all these questions, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You can threaten to call the police. You ain't got to threaten them here. I will call them for you. I'm going to go to jail because I'm not saying nothing. I couldn't help but, hey, man, let me just tell you, get out of my building. Let me just go on and set this expulsion hearing up. You know what I'm saying? Because he was true to who he really was.
Right.
There was no threats that I could give him to make him go against his code. Fast forward to what we saw a couple of days ago, which is what's leading up to this conversation. And we got certain people who stand on their principles, whether we agree with their principles or not. That's their principles. Period, point blank. I was appalled, as I'm always appalled, by law enforcement officers who don't do their job. I'm appalled by law enforcement officers who do their job but do it the wrong way.
Or they use their nature of their brotherhood to do what they want to do.
Exactly. I'm appalled
and know that they not
stand by and watch those wrong
and let it get by. Exactly. Exactly.
You're a coward.
Yeah. It's 7-0 Tennessee. 7-0 Tennessee right now.
So we'll come back to this on another show, because these are conversations that we have to continue to keep having. You know,
but again,
nothing than to hopefully educate someone else to inspire them to pick up a book and read. Because see, until you pick up a book and read and gain knowledge for yourself, you'll forever be an individual that's continuing to be walking in this land, blind, deaf, and dumb.
Exactly. And I tell you, our people, listen, we'll never unite as one because what we went through during the time of slavery. But again, we still can come together. We still can come together. Yeah.
Coach, this stuff go further than slavery.
Yeah, I just use that because that's majority of people, that's all they know.
But I think
it's just that.
But guess what? But that's where we got to educate our people. See, until you understand the beast, recognize and acknowledge the beast, you'll never understand why the beast is the beast and why it operates the way it operates. You got some people that want to tell you, man, we ruled this world for thousands of years. So let's just say hypothetically that's true. What did we do, and what caused us to lose all that power?
Want me to tell you why? You want me to go there?
No. Hey, Coach, let's not talk about it. Let's leave that out there. We're going to come back to it.
Okay.
Let's give them something to think about.
Okay.
Just give them something to think about. So last week, the Lions played their last game.
This game. Yep.
With the L, like I had predicted they would lose. It was still it was an entertaining game. I think
it was, but
Bevel,
they still should have won because they did get cheated. They did get cheated.
They got cheated. They got cheated.
They got cheated, man.
They got cheated on live TV the same way them people stormed the Capitol and the police did nothing.
Don't do that, Coach. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Hey. What Nino Brown say? Hey, I'm just kicking science. I'm just kicking science.
I'm just kicking science. You're right about that. And you know the buzz, that the guy from San Francisco that lived here in Dearborn.
I saw it. I saw that. Excuse me 1 second.
It didn't.
What?
It didn't go well.
This is one of my old partners, and he was just stating that look who ran for office. Why I'm trying to get what you mean. Are you talking about currently for the Wayne County Sheriff or something else? But go ahead, Coach. I'm sorry. I just wanted to, I want our viewers to know that we're not forgetting about. Hey guys, look, if you want to call in, please. The number is across the screen, 248-417-5719. We want to get what's on your want to know what's on your mind. You know, while we're still at this Mario. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, there's a bunch of people ran. You talking about man, who ran in this last mayor race?
I don't know. I wasn't here. I wasn't here.
Who ran against Doug? I forgot, but in any event, why can you go into a little bit more detail when you say, "Look who ran for the mayoral"? I don't know why I can't get that word out of my mouth. But mayoral race. But anyway, so
Tennessee just intercepted the ball. Tennessee just intercepted.
We know who's gonna win that. We know who's gonna win that game. That's why I'm not in a hurry. Hey, I was 3-0 yesterday, Coach.
On what? The game. I didn't see. I only saw the Tampa Bay and Washington, and my heart wanted Washington to win. They gave up a good battle. That young man that young man, Hickney,
quarterback.
Oh, he handled his business. He handled his business. Heineke, yeah.
Hey, look,
yes, he did.
I could see a lot of teams going after that young man.
Because
and you know, it's always the guys. Hey, look, think about this, Coach. It's always the guys who could care less about playing in the league. That wasn't that. You know what I'm saying? They was cool with this guy was working on his master's. Am I right?
Yes, he was.
In mathematics.
But just like my man that played with St. Louis, he was at a grocery store, working at a grocery store, and ended up winning a freaking Super Bowl.
See what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? You know, so you can't overlook the underrated. Now you can't.
There you go. You can't or not rated at all.
Oh, not yeah. You see what they did to Tom Brady? They ain't want to give Tom Brady a chance. You know,
on, man. Where was Tom drafted? The fifth? In the fifth round? I think it was
sixth round. Sixth
round? First overall in the 6th round?
Somewhere around there. Yep. 200. He was way down there. Yeah.
Well, you know what? Statistically, the number ones, they never really, for the most part, from a percentage wise, they don't do that well in the long run.
And I'm gonna tell you, that young man, Chase Young, he's gonna be something to reckon with in the NFL.
Yeah, he is. He is. So I mean, we got a lot of backups. That were backups in the 2020 season that are about to get their opportunities to start somewhere. if they choose to, because they're free agents anyway.
Right. So I was signing that boy Henneke.
I was looking at him and I was like, man, if the Lions don't go after that kid, come on, Now here's the deal. Here's the deal. Okay, yeah, Juan said the candidates could have been better, but the selection, right? But the thing is how do we encourage people, Juan, to? I just want to get to his point real quick. How do we encourage people to run for office? Because we already understand how this thing works. The people who run grassroots campaigns, if they don't have somebody with a little bit of money, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
The back of them, ain't nobody paying them no attention because the candidate that's already that's a part of the establishment, got the backing of the establishment. And unfortunately, how do we unbrainwash people on how to vote?
Exactly. Some people just don't want to vote.
And why you make a very good point. Very good point. So, I mean, that's something that I think that we don't back away from no issue on this show. Do we, V?
That's right.
We take on it all. So,
bring whatever you say, bring it.
We're going to keep it real and stay with what, and stick to topics that need to be talked about until Facebook shut us down. And then, of course, we'll stream on our own website and on other platforms.
Right.
So, back to the point I was about to make to you, Coach, on what you were saying about Heineke. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Washington is in a very unique situation.
Yeah, they are.
They got a diamond in the rough. They got first crack of this guy, and they got money to spend. Alex Smith, man, I got to give big ups to that young man. 36 years old. He came back from a knee
major injury
that most people wouldn't be able to, so big ups to him. And but Coach, what do you think? Is this Alex Smith?
What? Yeah, to me, I think
Alex Smith.
I'm gonna tell you something. The two difference between Alex Smith and Heineke. Heineke is a mobile quarterback. He's very mobile. If you watched that game yesterday, he's very mobile. He's very poised. Very poised.
Are you talking about Alex Smith, or are you talking about the
Heineke? Heineke.
Yeah.
He was very poised.
His
Alex Smith is not.
I was just so yes.
It blew me
like
back.
Tom Brady. It was almost like watching Tom Brady, a shorter version of Tom Brady.
Hey, look, I listened to what Tom Brady said to him. Tom Brady told him, "You got a future in this league."
Oh
man.
yeah, you do.
You got a future in this league. Because of what he did, man. Not only did he keep his poise, he was bringing Washington back. He gave defense the time to rest and to recalculate what they want to do and how to play Tom Brady.
Yeah, but
you know what I'm saying?
You want me to tell you the thing I love about sports? Experience.
Yeah.
Because his last drive ended on what? An interception. Because
that's gonna happen sometime.
No, I'm saying that's what I'm saying. But Father Time and understanding, feeling the way. I believe he felt the weight as that game went on, and I believe this is where the coaching came in. Where the coaching understood, hey guys, and I know you being the defensive guy that you are, I know you were saying to them guys, look, keep everything in front of you. This guy's gonna make a mistake.
Yep.
Play your position. Don't try to be Superman. Trust your brother. Trust your teammate. And he's going to be where he's supposed to be, doing what he's supposed to do, so you can just concentrate on being where you're supposed to be and do what you're supposed to do.
Exactly.
And that was the poise of the Tampa Bay defense in that last possession that Washington had. You could see guys, I mean, the penalties were coming at first. I'm like, come on, man. And this is where you could tell that guys hadn't been there.
Making stupid penalties.
Right. The cheeks got the tightening
making
up.
Stupid penalties. Exactly.
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 And so a good timeout that the coach made. And I gotta say, I think that the coach in Tampa Bay, I think Bruce Arians was listening to his critics, like yourself and myself.
Yeah.
Let Tom Brady play Tom Brady's game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Worry about the other stuff.
Now, but don't get me wrong, Coach. Huh? Don't get me wrong, Coach. Tom Brady did make some crucial mistakes to where that Washington could have got back in the game. Oh, they did get back in the game.
Oh yeah.
But again,
it was
the
game. That was the crazy part. They were in the game because Tampa Bay's defense, and this is what's going to be the problem with Tampa Bay when we talk about Tampa Bay playing for a Super Bowl, which I just don't think they're going to be able to do it because they're just not defensively disciplined. They're not championship disciplined.
I can see it. I can see it because if Eric Bowles do what he needs to do, Eric Bowles is the defensive coordinator there in Tampa Bay. You have the weapons there. You have the weapons there. Dominic Sue, I didn't hear his name much yesterday. I didn't hear his name much. You know what I'm saying? But you have a defensive line that's going to accommodate the linebackers, and the linebackers going to accommodate the DBs. And everybody got to play a chord. They got to play a chord, Coach.
I'm seeing a lot of safeties. I mean, when you get beat over the top and you're in cover 2, that means the safeties are not doing their job. That means that they're getting sucked in.
They're getting to the ball late. Yeah.
No, because they're getting sucked in. And when you play against a guy like Tom Brady, and then see these safeties are going to see some more experienced quarterbacks like Aaron Rodgers.
So what did you think about? I took Seattle in that game. So what do you think about that Seattle and Rams?
I took the Rams, and remember we talked about that.
Yes, you did. I
was worried about Russell Wilson. I said that my problem with Russell Wilson is that Russ hasn't been using his legs, and I think it's Sierra's fault. The guy was a virgin before he got with her, and he played. You could tell he was a real virgin.
Man, stop it, man. Stop it. Stop it.
Again, stop it. Just picking signs. But no, but the real. Russ is 32 years old. The average age of a quarterback in the NFL is 29. When you start playing past 30, there's certain things that you got to hum in on and you got to be a little better at. And Russ, in my opinion, seems to be
declining.
Not declining, because when you go into that fourth quarter and last 6 or 7 minutes of the fourth quarter, you saw Russ using his legs more. I believe it's lack of focus and concentration. I believe that Russ has so many other things going on off the field. You know what I'm saying? Family, business. You know what I'm saying? That I mean, that's just my opinion. I could be wrong. Maybe it could just be his skill declining. But Russ is too smart of a quarterback, of a person. You know what I'm saying? Because we already know that once you reach a certain level, it's 90% mental and 10% physical.
And I'm gonna tell you, in that game, I saw a lot of mistakes and a lot of drop balls where that, and even on the defense, they made a lot of stupid plays, like Jamal Adams. Hurt the rookie quarterback that that came in for Jared, that took Jared Goff's spot.
Mm-hmm.
But they went through two quarterbacks that game.
Exactly.
They went through two quarterbacks, and they had to bring Jared Goff in. And Jared Goff had his broken
his thumb
or something like that. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the costly penalties. The defense for Seattle did not step up the way that they did in the regular season, and to that, when it comes playoff time, you got to step up to a whole different level. It's not regular season. It's not regular
Eric
season,
Buckner,
and that's something.
Eric Buckner says older running quarterbacks have the same issues older running backs do. The wear and tear factor does come into play.
Yeah. I
hear you, E-Buck, but I just don't.
It does to a similarity. It does. It does.
I agree with him, but we talking about Russell Wilson. What wear and tear? Come on, this guy's.
When the last he had an injury? When the last time he had an injury?
Well, that's what I'm saying. We can't put that as a factor unless there's something going on with Russ physically, and he's just not talking about it. And the Seattle Seahawks haven't talked about it. But from what I saw, I didn't see a guy who was physically his abilities were declining. I saw a guy who was not focused.
But you gotta also, coach. You gotta look at the balls that he was getting to the receivers. It was dropping them. He was putting them on the money.
But coach, before
he was putting them on the money.
Hold on. That's still the same thing translates over to those receivers. But the sacks that he took, it was ridiculous. Like, dude, the lane, we all know in football, the lane, most lanes, even for quarterbacks, are only there for a second.
2 seconds.
So
you got 2 seconds to get out of there.
We teach the quarterback to anticipate, to use your peripheral vision. You see what I'm saying? So unless Russ has something going on with his vision declining, it's mental. I saw it and was like, hold on.
Yeah, I agree, coach.
So there were situations that, and I said this when we talked about Russell Wilson a couple of weeks ago. I said Russ is not focused. He's not tuned in like he was earlier in the season. Go back and look at that. Go back and look at Russell Wilson.
Defense didn't step up like I thought they would.
This guy's a scrambling quarterback, so that mess ain't supposed to happen to a scrambling quarterback. That kid from DC proved. From the Washington team from Washington proved that yesterday. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Use everything you got.
Yeah.
So, but hey, that's for Seattle. They gotta worry about it. I can't remember who I was talking to yesterday about that game, but we were saying that since I remember it was my brother and myself, and we were talking and was like, man, ever since the Legion of Boom, left,
Seattle went down.
Seattle defensively went down, and the thing is, we noticed here. But here was another problem, and we got to move on to some other teams. But here was a problem. It just hit me. What happens is that, remember, Russ didn't have to work as hard on offense as they've had to work lately since they lost the Legion of Boom. Their defense was out there, and their defense gave that team a good balance. And so,
right.
I think now you got Russ in an uncomfortable situation that he hasn't been used to playing in.
Okay. And just like with that Buffalo,
that's coaching.
Just like with Buffalo and the Chargers. Chargers could have beat Buffalo.
They could have, but they didn't.
They could have, but they didn't. True. They could have. You can't from Seattle to the Chargers, you can't make stupid mistakes. You can't. Because a great team is going to capitalize off your mistakes.
Oh, definitely. Not even a great team, just a smart enough team to realize it.
Yeah, and that's what happened in a lot of those games. I didn't see the Buffalo and Chargers game because I was at work. The only game that I saw was the Tampa Bay and Washington game. That's the only game that I saw. So I didn't see the other games that were played. So I don't know really the outcome of them. But that, mistakes. You got to capitalize off your mistakes, man. You got to. I see Washington moving more forward next season. I see Washington doing better, great things next season.
They got Ron Rivera. Ron Rivera is one of the best coaches in the NFL.
Yeah. He's a player coach.
I would play for him. I would coach for him. He's inspired that city. He's inspired that organization. That was a very smart move on the organization. And you got to think, Coach, look, and here's the deal. I'm always going to go back to this, and I know people are like, oh, Coach, you're using excuses. No, you know what? Rivera had already said it in the beginning of the season. He said we're about 1 or 2 players away. You know what I'm saying? From that we need at certain positions. And I like this young rookie, that defensive end. I like that boy.
Oh, God. I'm going to get his jersey soon. I'm waiting on it now. I'm waiting on his jersey.
Yeah, I like that. I like that young man. He plays with so much enthusiasm and energy, and he made a rookie mistake when he got up in Brady's face.
Yeah,
early in the game, he was talking a lot.
Yeah, he did. But he was talking junk before the game. Can you
imagine what Brady said to him at the end of the game yesterday? I know Brady said to him, "Look, son, you're gonna be good in this league, but remember, I'm the GOAT."
And before they play, he said, "Bring on Tom! I want Tom! Bring on Tom!"
So yeah, man. So but again, back on Rivera. He's a good coach. I agree 1,000,000,000% with you that he's gonna make
he was at Carolina. He was at Carolina, right? He drafted Cam Newton. Cam Newton.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. So good coach. I'm not worried about Washington. I know that they're gonna. Good afternoon, my sister. How you doing? I'm looking on both pages, guys. So y'all hear me talk. We're our show airs on 3 different pages: YouTube, the Will Muhammad page, and the Inverness Studios page. So,
but I want to say this too. I want to say this. I'm a Detroit Lions fan, in and out.
Oh, definitely.
I'm also now too. I have 2 teams. That's Detroit Lions and the Washington Redskins.
Well, I have
my 2 teams. Those are my 2 teams.
I have the Detroit Lions, and I'm gonna tell y'all that's up for debate, depending on who we get as a general manager and who we get for a head coach. Will determine.
But, let's talk about that right there, Coach. Now, I thought I made a mistake. Yesterday, and everybody forgive me. Urban Myers did not sign with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Okay,
no, he didn't. He just had a conversation.
I would love for Detroit to pick. Get him, man. Just talk to the man. Just talk to the man. He's football smart.
Yeah, but the thing is I agree with you.
Smart.
Right. Remember I said this. We had the opportunity to get Urban Meyer and we didn't get him. Shame on us. But the other thing is does Urban Meyer want to come here? See, Detroit. Here's the problem with Detroit. We've had the organization, not the team, per se, but the organization, which means ownership, has had such a bad reputation for not allowing football people to run the team that you scare away some of the better coaches. But you also have to understand another thing. Florida, because of their tax, you know what I'm saying, where you're not taxed there, that automatically is a very attractive state to coach in. And the warm weather is also an attractive
very attractive.
And so
and
Urban
the
Meyer
women
now we know Urban Meyer, coached here in the Midwest. So the cold doesn't bother him. But I think when you start talking about having trust in organizations, now let's just look at the Jacksonville Jaguars. They kind of remind you of the Detroit Lions.
Oh yeah, they come very close.
How they are managed, how their owners.
Yeah. But
because they had opportunities.
Jacksonville Jaguars went to a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
They went to a Super Bowl.
The Detroit Lions, but before
they never
the Super Bowl, were champions.
One time there was an NFC champions. That was it. That was the only. No.
Before the Super Bowl era, before the Super Bowl era, coach, the Detroit Lions won, I think, 2 or 3 NFL championships.
I only remember one.
We were still swimming in our father's nut sacks. I think.
Yeah, we probably were.
Yeah, we were. That was the
50s. But I think it was just one that they won. But they need to pick somebody that's football orientated and a player's GM and a player's coach. That's how I look at it. You know what I'm saying?
I can go with that. I mean, because I'm a player's coach type of coach anyway.
And wants to win.
I can right. That
wants to win.
That wants to win. No, not to just want to win, but know how to win. See,
know how to win.
One of the things, we got the show where some of our ex-players, we're going to invite the guys. We have the ladies on, but we want to invite some players that actually got a chance to play for us in game situations. And, with me, win championships with me. I think you won a couple of championships, didn't you, Coach?
I only won one that was against the United States Army.
Guess what? That's a championship. Quit downplaying the chip. The chip is a chip, man. You know how many people that don't have
the United States Army. Thanks, Coach James, for giving me the opportunity to be there, man.
Yeah.
On Veterans Day. We beat the United States Army, Fort Benning, Columbus, Georgia.
So my point that I bring up to that is that I've had, after winning championships, now my job was when people brought me on a coach, they brought me on a coach because not only did I have a coaching experience, for the X's and O's of the game, but I had the championship experience, and they wanted that. And a part of what they were looking for from me was to be able to take a group of young men who had never won anything and teach them how to win. You got to you inspire people. That's how you teach people how to win, through being able to inspire them. Not by not just saying, well, if you want to get what I got, like the teachers back in the day, I got mine, you get yours.
Right.
Yeah, well, right. Show me how you got yours.
And I won 2 championships. My first one was with the Detroit Seminoles. We beat Central Michigan. I was a rookie that year. So that was my first. We played in the Orange Bowl. With Detroit hats off to Hunt, and KP. But
which Hunt? Eric Hunt?
He coached at Osborne at one time.
Yeah, I know exactly
Robert Hunt. Robert Hunt.
Exactly what you're talking about.
Man, he could have been in the NFL. Boy, he was a hell of a quarterback. But and then with Team James, we went up to Columbus, Georgia, at the Fort Benning Army base and played against the United States Army. We beat them. You know, so them the only two ships that I am proud of. But I develop a lot of players. You know,
man, Coach, let me tell you something, bro. You gotta quit downplaying, man. Championships, look, they hard enough to get on any level.
But as a head coach, I have not, and it's coming. Okay. It's coming soon. It's coming soon. Best believe. I'm in the hunt for one.
It's some great stuff.
It's coming soon. It's coming soon.
Too bad we can't talk about it. But in any event, so Buffalo. Let's talk about Buffalo for a minute. You know, remember we made some predictions, and I remember I made a strong prediction, and I said that, you know, Buffalo could be, you know, in that NFC Championship game. And I'm gonna tell you, what I saw from Buffalo yesterday, further ignited that if it's not this season, and they can continue to build, definitely they'll be there. They'll do it next year. But Buffalo played a very good game yesterday, and hats off to Indianapolis, the Colts. Another good quarterback.
Yes, I didn't see that game.
You know, look, man, one thing I can say about all three of the games, the wild card games yesterday, they were competitive. Yeah, it came down to the fourth quarter. That's what football is all about.
Who did Indianapolis play? I didn't.
They played Buffalo.
No, Indianapolis. Okay.
Yeah, Buffalo.
Who did the Chargers? Who did the Chargers play? I thought the Chargers played Buffalo. No, they're not in it? Okay. No, I don't know why the Chargers was on my mind for some reason.
Yeah, I was wondering about that when you brought that up. I was like,
yeah, my bad, people. My bad, people.
I'm gonna tell you another team I'm excited about, because we were talking about our favorite teams. I'm so excited about the Cleveland Browns.
I want to talk about them.
Let's talk about the Cleveland Browns, because they played that.
Let's talk about them. You know their coaches. You know their head coach and their assistant head coach will not be
COVID
in attendance because of COVID.
Hey, coach, let me ask you a question. With all this virtual stuff, why couldn't the coach from virtually from the sideline?
I mean, they have the technology. They have the technology to do that.
We not talking why
they don't.
Right.
Why they don't? But that kind of, because they was talking about they should reside the game for another day. But it took me back to Denver. They took me back to Denver, man. But they took me back to Denver when Denver lost all their quarterbacks and had to get a guy from the practice squad that was a receiver that played quarterback in college. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like this here. Whoever the coach is, it's time for you to step up now. You got to show your coaching.
Oh, definitely. Duties. I mean, hey,
you got to show your coaching duties.
Here's the deal. Here's the deal. The one thing that when I was a coach, the one thing I always did is I prepared my coaches.
That's number one.
Tomorrow ain't guaranteed for any of us. You know
it's not. It's not.
So the worst excuse I believe that could ever be used in professional football or on a professional level is that
right.
Hey, the coach wasn't there.
That's an excuse.
We all know what the game plan is.
Right.
We all practice the game plan together. We all went to walkthroughs together.
Exactly.
I'm supposed to know what you're supposed to do, even though when you and I coached together, even though I wasn't saying anything vocally on the defensive side of the ball, I knew what y'all were doing.
Yep, and the same here. I knew what y'all was doing.
And what did I do? I sent y'all the game plan. I sent y'all the game plan every week.
Right, exactly.
I didn't care what your job was. I sent you the game plan.
Exactly. You sure did, coach.
We talked about it.
Sure did.
We argued about it. Yeah, people.
Yep, we sure did.
Coach, I don't think this is gonna work. Okay, that's fine.
So why is it a big thing right now? Because It's the media that's putting that all out there in the air. Oh, they coaching staff, head coach is not going to be here. At the end of the day, players going to have to play, coaches going to have to coach. Cut and dry. I don't care if you're the defensive coordinator.
But when you get into those, but you're a head coach for a reason. So when you get into those certain situational football, situations, that's where the head coach, which is supposed to be the cooler head, that prevails. Oh, yeah, hold on, guys, calm down, because we know how those headsets be going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got guys chirping in that, man, would you shut up? You know what I'm saying? That don't need to be chirping in. You know what I'm saying? You got somebody come up with this wild idea. I remember I had situations where I had a coach, hey, coach, we have to do this. My rule when I coach is if we don't practice, if we didn't practice it, we don't do it. Period. Because that's when crazy mess happens. It's enough crazy stuff to happen with the stuff that you do practice on. So throwing something in that you haven't done before, that you haven't practiced together as a unit. So, I mean, I'm still hats off to Cleveland. My only problem with this COVID thing, and I know we haven't talked about it, in a while, is how are people still, why aren't we taking the necessary changes? I mean, why aren't we taking all the precautions not to get infected? I'm still seeing guys on the sideline not wearing masks.
Right.
I'm seeing guys still taking their mask off to talk. Man, I could talk with my mask on. You know what I'm saying? I'm just still seeing a bunch of people that acting like they Superman and Kryptonite don't exist.
But they feel, well, a lot of people feel, and just like out here in society, not to get away from football, but not hit. Somebody just made a comment. They feel like they can't get it, and I'm gonna go to my workplace.
Mm-hmm.
My Islamic brother Phillips Bay. Remember I told you we was getting tested that Monday when we go back to work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we got tested. They poked us in the finger, and mine came back negative. And I seen my brother, man, Philip Bay. I'm like,
we should
man,
use people's name if we about to give out.
I'm sorry. Okay. I say, I'm like, where you going? He said, man, I got to go home. My girl's sick. But later, a couple hours later, they knew how close me and him are, because I've been knowing we was in the penitentiary together. And it was like, yeah, he tested, positive for that. And I was like, wow. He keep his mask on. I don't know what he do outside because I don't see him outside. But people, wear your mask. I don't care if you cool with your family member, your friend, or whoever the people whatever. Keep your mask on, man, because this thing is not going nowhere.
Look, man, my son came over unannounced, and I talked to him through the door. I said, hey, man, look, I don't know where you've been. I don't know if you've been tested, not tested. You know what I'm saying? I can't let you in.
Right.
This is my son.
Dude, my mother is 80 years old. You hear me? And
right.
I go over there. I go over to my mother's house, help her with whatever she need to be helped with. I'm used to hugging my mother. I don't hug my mother.
Exactly.
We do this. We elbow, and she got her mask on because she don't know where I'm at outside. You know what I'm saying? And the thought of me bringing something,
exactly,
it'll tear my soul up. You know what I'm saying? My mother heard me cough. She said, "Baby, you okay?" I said, "Yeah, Mom, I'm good. I just got a little cough." And it's like I got a little cough right now. I was at the Chicken Shack and I wanted to cough. so bad. You can feel it in the inside. I'm doing everything possibly to hold it. So if I was to call, people would have been tripping. You know what I'm saying? So I went outside.
Right now,
but you know where I'm coming from, Coach. This is real.
That's why I was laughing, Coach, because it's something how we hear a lot of people. They say, "Man, I can't cough no more." The internet, man, they take no prisoners, and
none.
That's why I had to post that one about with Trump, because they banned him from.
I saw that. I laughed when I saw that. I laughed.
And look, I'm gonna take all this with a smile on my face. You know what I'm saying? Like one thing I tell people, I take my L's the same way I take my W's, with a smile on my face. And I think that's what we, so many of us need to do. We need to learn how to take our L's and W's the same way. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Exactly. With a smile, because the only lessons that we learn in life is through losing. There's no lessons in winning. Because
some people don't know how to do that. They don't.
A lot of people don't, because if they did, we wouldn't have all this commotion going on.
I started back working out, right? I started back Monday. And I looked at myself. I said, damn, man, I'm fat as I don't know what. Stomach sticking way out here. I'm just playing, y'all. But anyway, I was doing leg presses. And this gentleman came over to me. He said, man, this gentleman came over to me. He said, how long you going to be? I said, I'm going to be a minute. Wow, what's up? He said, because I want to work out. I said, well, you welcome to work out with me, bro. We can share this.
Right.
Look, we can share this. No, I'm okay. I said, okay, well, beat your feet then, partner. I'm going to be here for a minute. It's like people don't want to coincide with each other no more, man, because of this. And I'm like, and then in the facilities, they have everything marked up where you can't be closed up. As long as you got your mask on,
right?
If that person is on the bench and you a little distant away from him, you're okay. You're okay. You hear from me. You're okay. If you don't have a mask on.
One of the things, man, people they don't know how to be sociable if they're not up in your face. And you know what? That's the crazy part. I was watching I've been watching this Stargirl. I've been when you're on your back, there's not much to do but to binge. Thankfully we got all of these different platforms that we can go to and watch some of the things. So it's like, I'm a comic book, I was big on comic books coming up. So to see these comic books come to life, it's cool. So I said, well, let me check out this Stargirl. So anyway, Luke Wilson's character, he said something that was just really important about the internet. He said that when I was coming up, in order for us, when we moved away, we had to write letters, and it took a little time to get to our friends, but it got to them, and that's how we communicated and we enjoyed. He was like, you guys text and all this, and y'all don't understand the beauty of still being able to communicate. But now to this instant, we all become emotionally detached.
Yeah.
Me,
I was at my listen. I was at my brother's house. Now me and you brothers. I come at your house. I'm upstairs, and you call me. Like, what the fuck is? Excuse me. What the hell is you calling me for? I'm right upstairs, man.
Now my kids.
Hey, Coach, come in for a minute, man.
Right. My daughter was doing that for the long. I'm like, why are you? Look, it got so bad, man. I was doing it. But how I was doing it, I had the yell emoji I put in front of what I'm texting. So that I'm doing, I'm saying, I'm letting you know, I'm all the way down here and I'm still yelling at you. But so
that's lazy, man.
Well, in my man, I'm like right now, I'm all the way in the basement, bro. So You remember you were in the pre-production before we went on this. You see how long it took me to go upstairs and come back down.
Yeah.
You'd have seen me be look.
Yeah.
You see how long it took me to get myself together.
Yeah. This is the first time I saw that. Yeah. To the people, yes. It took him a little long. Yeah.
To put on a pair of pants and a sweatshirt and walk up a flight of stairs.
Yeah. I saw that.
So, okay. So let's get back to football. So we got Wild Card Sunday,
and I'm gonna go with this here. I know you right now. I'll wait till the score come back up. It's on commercial. I'm gonna tell you something. In my heart of hearts, Coach, I'm not big on Ohio, but I have a gut feeling that Cleveland gonna pull it out. I don't know why, but in my mind's of mind, Pittsburgh gonna win this game. Pittsburgh gonna win this game in my mind of mine, but in my heart, I don't know. I see Cleveland because Cleveland hungry, man. Cleveland hungry. They hungry.
In my heart, I feel the same. Like I said, Cleveland. I'm riding with Cleveland.
Yeah, you got a player there. You have a player there. Yes, you do.
I got a player there. And so even though he's not playing, he's deactivated, but he's right there on the sidelines, and you know what I'm saying. He's been practicing, and
But he's there. That's all that matters. He's
helping
there.
His team.
He's there. That's all that matters.
And because he's been to the Super Bowl in his rookie year, just that knowledge that he gained is something that you want to have on your team, and some type of capacity. You want that person or people like that around you, because they can tell you, especially because he played for the Rams and they lost. He can tell them, hey guys, this is all the stuff we did wrong. We celebrated too early. We was just happy to be there. We did a whole lot of things, and so hindsight is always 20/20. So I believe that John is a good piece to Cleveland, and I believe that he's been able to help some of the players.
And the way I feel that Cleveland can beat Pittsburgh is they do a lot of crossing routes, going through the middle.
Yeah, they do.
Don't go over top. Don't go over top just right away. Hit him with them crossing routes, them slants. Yeah, use the clock. You got a good
play that short. Use the. We say slants.
You got a good running game. They got a good running game.
Nothing but we say slants and ins and outs are nothing but extensions of the running game. You know what I'm saying? And so possession. He who possesses the ball the longest, 90% of the time, wins the game.
Yeah.
And so Baker Mayfield and them, they cannot go for the quick strike. They have to methodically just move the ball. You know what I'm saying?
Play it like it's a chess game. Play it like it's a chess game.
Avoid 3rd and 6 or more at every cost. Keep your third, capitalize on second downs, win the second down race. You know what I'm saying?
They have a good running game with Chubb.
Chubb is saying.
Even though he's not a $2,000 running back,
running back, right?
But he's a damn good running back, man.
Well, you can also
give you 5 or 6 yards off the top.
But you can do a lot of play action off of that too.
Exactly. You sure can. You can beat, because Pittsburgh is hurting right now in the middle.
Oh yeah.
They hurting right now in the middle.
Yes.
With Bush gone, I love Bush. He's a Michigan guy. I watched him play in college. and he's hurt. He's been out for the season. There's another guy. Only one there right now is JT Watt, JJ Watt, brother. You know what I'm saying? If you play that inside, hit him with them slants, them hitting curls, you know, them hitch routes. Oh man, you'll kill Pittsburgh. Because right now, Pittsburgh DBs they shaky. They shaky. They shaky.
Get them while you can get them, as they say.
HDMI one.
What's that?
Oh, no, that's my TV.
Oh.
So
okay.
I got one of them smart TVs.
We got some questions, man. Hey,
yeah,
Coach,
so
we got some questions.
Eric Buckner said life itself is the real lesson. And I agree with you, EB. Most definitely, life itself.
Big Easy. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It is.
I'm surprised Eric ain't called in, man. We got the phone lines open, and we haven't heard the great one grace the phone lines. I'm shocked and appalled.
I'm very appalled. The number up there, y'all. Call in. If y'all got a question to ask, call.
Yeah, we're gonna sit. We gonna be here for a while. I got the game up, and this is a good game. You know, 10-10.
It is.
And Jackson just ran with no gain. Third down, big third down coming up. You know, I like Tennessee's defense.
Yeah, they got a nice defense. They do.
But they better edge. Having the head coach that they have, the way this
first down
defense.
I like the way
you're a little behind. It's 3rd and 10.
Okay, they just got a first down right now.
Yeah, but it's 3rd down and 10 now. Jackson scrambling, passes.
I see that.
Here's the first down. Okay, boom, he's going. All right, good. 1st and 10.
Oh, yeah, I must be a little behind then.
1st and 10 with 45 seconds still on the clock. Coming towards the end. Baltimore's
so what you think about Michigan giving Harbaugh
shovel pass? That was a bad busted play, huh?
So what did you think about Michigan giving Harbaugh a 5-year extension with less pay now?
Yeah, but I still thought that was a big mistake. I don't know.
I have in mind. I'm gonna say this.
People.
Yeah, that too. I'm gonna say this. I do believe in Jim Harbaugh. I think he's a great coach. His recruiting, I think he needs to become more of a player's coach than just a coach.
Man,
you know what I'm saying? And get away from that Bo Schembechler way of coaching. Because this is a new era of time now. I know what you finna. Let me say this, coach.
I'm just about to. Hey, look, Eric Buckner and I, we disagree on a lot of things, but on his show the other day, he and Hugh Lee said something that was huge. Michigan isn't a football school anymore. It is a basketball.
I disagree.
School.
Listen, I disagree with you. I disagree with Big Easy and Hughes. I disagree with y'all. They're going to always be a football school. They're going to always be. It's just the route that they're going right now, man. They need to get away from that. They need to get away from bullshit back the ball.
For a minute.
But listen, coach. Listen. In order to compete with the SEC and the ACC, they got to step their game up, man. And that's something they have not done in the past couple of years. Michigan have not done that.
That's good coverage.
They have not done that, man. So what's gonna happen this new year? I'm waiting to see.
Okay, coach. So let's just pretend right quick. You are Jim Harbaugh. You are the head coach of the University of Michigan.
Let's do it.
How do you convince 5-tier players in the country to come play for you at Michigan?
For
What
for
does
one, for one, this is what I would do. I would tell them
we
about the
went,
history. I would tell them
man?
about the history. Hold on. About Michigan football. But it's a change of pace now with Michigan football. We coming with different. We coming with speed. We coming with technique. We coming with endurance. We coming with discipline. We coming all out on offense and defense and with special teams. You know, uh, everything that they lacking now, we are going to bring it to the table. If you come play with me, I will get you to where you need to get to, even with the coaching staff.
All right, so to our audience, right quick, I want y'all to pretend that y'all were prospects. Did V just convince you to come play for him?
Boy, you just put me all on
I'll
the
step
spot.
up. I'm gonna step up and be the first one. Well, you know, Coach, look, man, I feel you and all that, man, but you said take a look at our history,
Mm-hmm.
and we gonna change that. Well, I'm looking at your history since you've been a coach for the past 4 years, 4 or 5 years. And Coach, I got to give it to you. I got to be honest with you. I'm not
Okay,
impressed.
well, let me tell you this here, young man. Let me tell you this here, young man. I've made a lot of mistakes that I can accept in my own, and I see what's going on with our organization and with our coaching staff. A lot of that is about to change. I'm about to open us up. For order us to compete with the SEC and the ACC and Ohio State and all that, we got to bring our A game to a whole different level. And that's when I'm finna take our team to a whole different level. Either you come, you don't, you don't. I'm on a mission to make Michigan great. And I'm going to do that. If it take me 1 year or take me 2 years, I'm going to make Michigan great. And you heard that from me.
Okay, so Coach, I'm a kid. I'm one of the number one wide receivers coming out of high school. Coach, look, man, my family hurting, bro. I got to be in the league. I'm only gonna be here 1 year. I'm just keeping it 100 with you. How can you guarantee me that
Right.
this is gonna help me? I'll help you. I'll give you 150%. But I'm only gonna be here 1 year, man. I need to go to the NFL. I need to go to the league. I need that paycheck. I need that money. I ain't got 2 years, Coach. We need to make it
Well,
happen now.
well, let me tell you this, young man. I'm gonna tell you this here. If you're here, you trying to get to the NFL, I'm gonna do all I can to help you to get there. But it's you got to put the work in. You got to put the work in. If I get you the ball, you got to put the work in. You got to do everything I ask you to do.
What's up, Big Rob? Robert Smith joining us. All right, Coach. You know, I'm gonna think about it, man. Me and my family, we gonna talk it over. You know, I'm gonna
I
get
can't
back
hear you.
with you. I really appreciate the opportunity. Man, and now let me say this, Coach.
Yep.
You said all the right things, but I'm just not buying it with Michigan right now. I'm not buying Harbaugh right, and that's my man's, but I'm not buying it.
Okay.
I think that Michigan made a big mistake. I think that Michigan should have looked. You know, here's the thing: we're in a results business, and we're in a results business of what have you done for me lately? You know, and I have not seen one. Let me tell you the mistake that Harbaugh made, in my opinion. We gave him when he used the excuse his first season. You know, these weren't. You know, I started late. I didn't get a chance to really recruit because he had just left the NFL from playing in the Super Bowl.
Right.
So I didn't get the opportunity to recruit. Okay, but we talking 3 years later now. You've had the opportunity to recruit, and I'm looking at what he's recruited, and it's been garbage. You telling me the quarterback is you know what I'm saying? You telling me at every position that was the best of the best?
Well, I'm a when you brought up about the quarterback, I like Joe Milton, and I watched Joe Milton play in high school when I was living in
Mm-hmm.
Florida. Um, his coaches coached him. It's one thing I can say. His coaches coached him. One thing that Michigan didn't do is they didn't coach him because there was a lot of mistakes that I saw with Joe Milton with his throwing. Now
Mm-hmm.
his mobility is awesome. He's a heck of a runner. He's a heck of
Mm-hmm.
a thrower, but his accuracy wasn't there. His accuracy wasn't there. It reminded me more of Denard Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah, my,
know.
my big light went out, and I'm too lazy to get up and plug it up. Batteries, after a while, batteries only last for so long.
Yeah, I see. I see. But again, coach, again, Michigan has a lot of rebuild. It has to come from their coaching staff. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Getting rid of Don Brown, I think that was a plus. Um, Gaddis, he wasn't the play caller at Alabama. He did his part, but he wasn't really the play caller there at Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but again, you know, um, it's a lot of work that Michigan need to do. I can't hardly hear you, Coach.
Can
I
you hear
can't
me
hardly
now?
hear you. Huh?
Can you hear me?
Barely, barely.
Can
Not even.
everybody out there? Can everybody hear me?
Hold on. Hold on. Let me try this again. Hold
Okay.
on. Run the show, Coach.
Okay. So, um, I'm just gonna say this. Until Coach come back. Okay. I'm just not sold on Jim Harbaugh. I think that if I was Michigan, I would have went in a different direction. I'd have been like, "Thank you, Coach. Really appreciate it." But hey, it is what it is. Michigan's made their bed; they got to lie in it, and all we can do now is see. I mean, it's going. I mean, that's just me. I'm just not sold on Harbaugh anymore on this level or the NFL. That's just me. What do y'all think? Give us a call, 248-417-5719. What's your take? We at halftime, Tennessee and uh, um, they're all tied up. The Ravens and Tennessee are all tied up. He said Milton did not read defenses well either. He sure did. Like I said, I thought that and one or two things, Buck, you make a good thank you, you hear me good, thank you. One of the things that for me, when I look at quarterback, especially like with Jim Harbaugh, had played the quarterback position, be coming back, here we go.
Sorry about that,
Had
everybody. Had technical miss.
had played the quarterback position. Uh how does your quarterback struggle when that was your discipline? You're supposed to make sure you got the best. I mean, you can lack in all the other areas, but your discipline, like it's like look at Tennessee. Let's just use Mike Vrabel as a good example of a coach. The best play that's happening on Tennessee is coming from them linebackers
Yeah,
because that's what Mike Vrabel that was his discipline. So you definitely gonna hum in and make sure. And what do we know when it comes to defense? If you are lacking at the linebacker position, you you gonna get ran over everywhere else. So
yeah,
because they can anchor and they can rely that at least the middle of the field, you know what I'm saying, is gonna be it's gonna be contained. It gives them that opportunity, what I'm saying, to stay in games. When we looking at what's going on right now with this game right now being knotted up at 10. And I really haven't watched that much of the game, but I could tell you when we're looking at a quarterback, being able to run like Lamar has done in this game thus far, that means that some linebackers aren't doing their job. That means that some safeties aren't doing their job.
But see, as a defensive coordinator myself, everything starts up front. When your defensive line is putting pressure, that's taking a little off the linebackers. If the linebackers if the linebackers doing their job, what they need to do, and it's taking much off the safeties. So everybody has to work. Everybody has to work and sync together. Everybody have to. That's how this football thing. It's just like chess. It's just like chess, man. It's how you on your movement on that chess game. For real. Coach, you there?
I'm here, Coach. I'm just switching out my light real quick. So
okay. So again, everybody, while Coach is taking care of his business, I want to know how y'all feel about this game right here with Tennessee and Baltimore. This is a tight game. Both defenses playing to the T. They playing where they supposed to play, how they supposed to play this game. So I want to hear what do y'all feel about this game? And any other game that's coming up. And I think the next game is the Bears and the Packers, if I'm not mistaken. No, Bears and the Saints. Bears and the Saints is the next game, and then the Browns and the Steelers.
I personally, Coach. I personally, excuse me. This is the only part, y'all, that something that would normally only take me a quick second to do is taking me a little bit more time. But there we go. I'm coming. Excuse me. Whew. Y'all just don't understand. All right, so we back. I'm sorry about that, y'all. Had to fix this technical end real quick. So like I said, Coach, my confidence, I think that that Michigan made a big mistake. They didn't test the waters, in my opinion, and look and see who else was out there. And they kind of Michigan football is looking like the Lions to me. Eric Buckner says Harbaugh is supposed to be a quarterback guru. Point taken.
Yep.
Thank you, E.
Yep.
E. Buckner.
Yep.
I can't believe, man, we on the same page. Nah, that's cool. Eric and I think we agree more so than we disagree, and I like to disagree. I think that's there you go. You know what? I got my Michigan hat sitting right over there. I was gonna wear it today, and then I changed my mind, and I said, you know what? I want to wear something that's gonna make a bigger statement. Hope it made.
I like that, sir.
Eric Buckner says it's been a great matchup so far, Coach. Disagree with your assessment of the quarterback for the Redskins yesterday. Oh wow, do tell. EB, come on, man, call in. Let's
call in. I want to hear this.
I want to hear.
Yeah, I want to hear this. Yeah, call in. E, come on, Big Easy, call in, man. Don't be scared. Don't be scared.
Don't be on the don't be using the fingers to do the talking.
Yeah, I want to hear this. I want to hear this.
Hey man, you call everybody else's show, bro. You can come on and call in. We got the. I gotta hear this.
I want to hear this myself, cause
right.
That boy played.
Coach saying he want to hear it.
Man, I want to hear this. Man, call in.
248-417-5719. That's the number to the show. Give us a call.
Anybody who want to call. Anybody. Call in.
Your opinion. Eric, just call using your phone. He says send the link. I'll just come on, man. Call in, man. I want to hear what you got to say, and I know everybody else want to hear. Just give us a call 248-417-5719.
Cause I'm finna tear you up, boy. I'm finna tear you up. You finna talk bad about that rookie quarterback? Come on and call in. Come on, because I don't know what game you was watching. For real. I don't know what game you was watching. That young man played this game.
He almost made me want to throw some of the highlights up real quick.
Yeah, man, why don't you?
Well, you know, it'll be too much stuff to go through sitting up in here doing it, you know, live. But
I know you can do it.
It was an entertaining game. You know, but I guess he don't want to talk today. I think he want to type. He said, "Man, send me the link. I just want to get your call, brother. Call in and let's here. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let me put him up. Go ahead, caller. You're live. I'm here on Uncut.
What's up, Big Easy? All right. All right. Well, come on. Talk what you gonna talk. I want to hear what you got to say, man.
Like I said, thanks for letting me share your platform, brother. Appreciate it.
Always, man. Always.
Okay, here's the deal. Now we're gonna get into Hinkie specifically. Okay, yeah, I saw a good part of that game yesterday. Here's the thing. First of all, I was highly offended that you actually used the word Hinkie and the GOAT, Brady, in the same sentence.
Who did? I ain't. Hold up. I ain't used that in no same phrase.
I said something to but the comparison that I made, and I think that was taken out of context. All I simply said was I was admiring his poise in the pocket.
He reminds you,
and he reminded me watching that game, watching how both of those quarterbacks were under fire. Both of those defensive lines were applying pressure. And both quarterbacks, especially for this young guy, you know what I'm saying, hadn't played a football game, and how he came out and how poised he was.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. You got to I just give props where props is due. Now, at the end of the game, did he look like Brady? Well, he looked like the Brady that when Brady gets rattled. But no, he looked, I mean, look, the footwork, the accuracy of his passing, how he was using his feet, how he stayed in the pocket, how he moved within the pocket. Dude, did you see that one pass Brady made when the pressure was coming through that B gap, that strong B gap? Brady's sidestep to the weak C, stepped into the A gap and delivered that smooth, beautiful, I think it was a 47-yard strike.
And that was to Antonio Brown. If I'm not mistaken.
That one that I'm talking about was to Evans that set them up for that to score that last touchdown they scored.
Okay.
Dude,
but
you turn around and you give this kid the same. He had the same opportunity, and for 6 first downs series before he threw that interception, he was moving gracefully in that pocket as if he had been there 1,000 times.
And Big Easy. Now, Big Easy. Let me say this, Big Easy. Hear me out, Big Easy. Hold on now. You talking to a football guru right now. You know, listen here now. Sit down and have a seat, young man. But look, I'm gonna tell you something. He's not in the category as Brady or Russell Wilson, Cam Newton, or any other Rodgers. But the thing is this here. You got to give that young man his props. The young man, for the first time he played ball, he did what he was supposed to do. He kept everything short and then went over top. And when he went over top, he did connect. Yes, he made a lot of mistakes. He made a lot of mistakes as a rookie. But overall, that young man played at a level. He played at a level that he could be a starter in the NFL because of his poise, his decisions that he made on that field. Yes, he did. Is he compared to Brady? But is he compared to Brady? No, he's not. But Brady did say, keep going with doing what you're doing. You're gonna be very successful in this league. To say that to a young man.
Let's give him an opportunity, Coach, because we both cut him off. So go ahead, E.
Okay, here's my thing. You two learned brothers, two people who have coached and worked with people in the game of football. You mean to tell me you are going to assess this young man on one playoff game and deem him worthy not only to have been good enough to beat the GOAT, but to be a good starting quarterback in this league?
Well, first of all, let me say this, E, as a coach, as a former coach, and a championship-winning coach. We assess talent based on what we have to look at in front of us.
That's right.
How many quarterbacks do you know? Well, first of all, this guy, though he was in class and back in December, he was in school. He wasn't thinking about, hold on, let me answer your question. He wasn't thinking about football. He hadn't taken a snap. He get a call, hey man, you just got called up. He capitalized on his opportunity. And we assess talent based on what we can see in front of us. And to be thrust in a playoff game.
Mm-hmm.
We're not talking about a regular season game. We're talking about a playoff game.
Playoffs?
With all the marbles. And this dude could have came out like some of these other quarterbacks that was getting their opportunities and was throwing picks all day.
And let me hey, coach, hold on.
Go back to
and
the
let me say this. Let me say this, coach. It was one. Hold on, coach. Let me say this. It was one play that made me give that young man a green light. When he took the ball and ran it himself,
exactly,
and went to the end zone.
Exactly.
Alex Smith would have done that, because Alex Smith right now is still Alex Smith is still worrying about his leg. Now, don't get me wrong. Alex Smith is a damn good quarterback. He is. But what Heineke brings to Washington, he brings mobility, and he's bring passing. He brings decision. He brings a little bit more to the table, and with a little bit more guidance and a little more practice, he's gonna be something to talk about. He's gonna be.
So let me ask you a question, Eric. So are you saying that Tampa Bay dummied down their defense for him, or did they continue to keep playing the defensive scheme that they didn't. Alex?
Hell no, they didn't.
About that, I'm saying what Coach was saying. In the end, Tampa Bay has a good defense. Bowles is a good defensive coordinator. Todd Bowles is, but in the same token, they have the talent that the Redskins have. The Redskins should have won that game yesterday. We all know that. I do believe.
I agree. I agree.
But won that game.
Hey, but E, what hurt Washington was the mistakes. That's what hurt them.
Yeah, it was mistakes that Washington made.
It was mistakes that hurt them, but Tampa Bay capitalized off that. That's where you come with. That's where great teams, they capitalize off your mistakes. You're not a great team if you can't capitalize off a mistake. You can't.
And first of all, if you go man for man, right to left, on the roster of both of these teams, Tampa Bay in the trenches. When it comes down to that one series where you got to make a stop, it's do or die. Your veteran players stepped up and did what veterans are supposed to do who has that playoff experience. Tampa Bay, the organization, the team didn't have that playoff experience, but you had enough coaches and enough players on Tampa Bay. The numbers was on their side. Now, that's not to take anything away from Washington, because it wasn't no damn blowout.
No.
It wasn't these is grown-ups taking candy from kids. It wasn't that type of game.
And I'm going to tell you something. I feel that Washington's defense was a little better than Tampa Bay defense.
They were
a little bit better.
Right. They
were a little bit better.
Yeah. And I mean,
but you got to give it.
But here's the deal. Their defense gave them an opportunity to get back into the game.
In the game. They sure did.
Their defense
sure did.
But a couple of, in my opinion, I was looking at some of the play calling for offense for Washington. And the other thing is that, hey, time wasn't on their side.
All right, okay, let me say something right quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree with your assessment earlier about what you said about letting Brady be Brady, and you definitely can see more of that went on yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I can tell you that. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I just think for Washington, think of it. Have Washington had 45 more seconds before he threw that interception? Had he not thrown that interception? No, they had the time. He just threw an interception. It was just a bad ball. He made all the times for him to make a mistake. It was the end. But that was also by design. Tampa Bay had a good scheme going on, and all they said was, guys, this is the first rule of defense. When you know a team gotta pass the ball, keep everything in front of you.
Say that again one more time. Say that one more time.
I said, what does a great defense do? When they know that the team, only thing the team can do is pass, keep everything in front of you. Don't let nothing get over the top. And that's what Tampa Bay did. They played disciplined. When they needed to play their best disciplined defense that last series, because that's where it counts. It don't matter what you did in the first quarter. It don't matter what you do in the second or the third or the beginning of the fourth. It's what you do in the fourth quarter in the last 2 minutes of the game, because that's where they won and lost. But I'm still going to ride this young man's coattails until he proves differently. He proved that he deserves, in my opinion, he deserves a chance, an opportunity to go to another team. Now, here's the thing. Where he goes, is he going to be coached properly? You could tell this young man was being coached properly. You could tell this young man was getting enough snaps and practice. You know what I'm saying? To prepare him for this game. Plain and simple.
And I'm gonna take something from that. Can you hear me?
Thought, Coach? Hold that thought. Let's get E one more. Okay. Get him in. Go ahead, Aaron. What was you saying?
Let me make this point. I'll let y'all go. Okay, here's the thing. In the end, you say that the young man needs opportunity. He has the perfect opportunity right where he is with the Washington football team. Think about it.
I agree.
I said if Washington's smart, Washington is going to, but there's some other teams out there with a lot more money, and they licking their lips right now. Like, whoa, look at this diamond in the rough.
You honestly think you're going to pay that young man based on what we've seen sample size, a significant amount of money?
We didn't pay worse. We didn't pay worse people money that we had 4 years to look at.
Hey, can E hear me?
I think so. E, can you hear V?
Hey, E, can you hear me?
Yeah, he said he can hear me.
Hey, Big Easy. Now, look what this young man did. Now, I'm a realistic. Can he bring that same intensity that he did that game into next season? We don't know. We just speaking on we just speaking on what he did that game, and for what that young man did. Now let's take let me go this. Let me go here. When Cam Newton went to New England, myself and everybody else, okay, New England finna step their game up now.
Yep.
But what happened? What happened? It's the system.
Yep.
Cam didn't fit their system.
He didn't.
He didn't fit their system. As I went on and looked and watched, Cam Newton didn't fit their system. And Cam Newton is a damn good quarterback. Excuse my French. He's a damn good quarterback.
And I think
you know what I'm saying?
They should have followed the same model that the Baltimore Ravens did. When you have a quarterback with specific talent, you make the system fit them. That's
right. But see, just like right now, can you hear me, E?
Yeah, I hear you.
He hear you.
Just like right now, New England is fighting for Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford fits New England's system. But the thing is this here, they need the players around him that'll fit that system to buy in.
Yep.
And that's something with Cam Newton that happened with Cam Newton. He didn't have the players. He didn't.
Yeah, he did.
He didn't have the player. He didn't have the player. Now with that young man Hickey, he had the players around him. Not just the offense, he had the defense rallying around him. And when you have something like that,
toughness, man.
He showed some toughness.
He showed, man, they was messing him up when they got to him. And you know, and that's all you can ask for from a football player.
Mm-hmm.
You know how
show some toughness.
You know it. You know the easiest thing he could have did is dropped his head and say, I ain't going back out there for no more of that. And nobody
you saw that,
mad at him.
And you saw that in that Los Angeles game when they played Seattle.
Thank you.
Both of those quarterbacks went down. Now I didn't see it. I saw it on a preview. Mm-hmm. Both of those quarters went down. They had to bring Goff back in, who still has an injury.
Yep.
It's all about this right here.
His injury, it was worse than theirs, and they couldn't go.
It's exactly. You know how many times when I play ball, let me say this.
Hold on, both of y'all talking. Hopefully, both of y'all talking.
Go ahead, E.
Go ahead, E.
Yeah, like I said, bottom line, if they go ahead and make that young man the quarterback of the Redskins will not make the playoffs in the next 4 years. That's all I'm saying.
Whoa.
Wow.
I
say that
can't
based off of what, Eric?
Yeah. Off of what?
I said you make that opinion based off of what?
I base that on the sample size. Bottom line is, at best, he may be a serviceable quarterback, maybe slightly better or worse than a Trubisky or somebody along them lines.
Isn't that what was said about the GOAT? Wasn't that said about? That was said about Tom Brady.
I think a couple of weeks ago. A couple of weeks ago.
No, that was said about Tom Brady when he first came into the NFL. He was at best.
I heard that a couple of weeks. Yep, I heard that a couple of weeks ago.
This dude will not be a Hall of Famer. He'd be lucky if he'd be an All-Pro.
Well, we going. Hold on, we going too far.
Right.
We going too far right now. We going too far about Hall of Famer, the GOAT, and all that.
Right, I didn't say all that. The young man.
Yeah, we going too far now. He deserved that opportunity.
Is he going to be a good NFL quarterback? I don't think so.
I think he will. But see, hold on, listen, E, I love you like a brother, but right now, I'm gonna tell you something. I know football, man. I know football. And what I seen from that young man, he can make a point in the NFL.
Yeah.
Off that first freaking game, he can make a point.
Dude, the dude came in. The young man came in and passed for almost 300 yards.
Come on, man. Come against a top-rated defense? Come on, man. E, wake up, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. You can't knock that young man. You can't knock it.
E. How much football did you play in your life? Okay, hold on. So let me say this. This is where I understand where the professional athletes, when they have these conversations with these analysts and everything, and they analyze. I don't know, man. I mean, it just sounded to me like you making an assessment, and you didn't watch the game. You didn't see what that young man did on the biggest stage.
Yeah.
Bro, so let me ask you a question. So then maybe and I'm you know, this is all love, but I gotta keep it 100. So we got a show right now. How easy? So couldn't it be easy for people to say, well, my man, you know, he hosting his show and everything, but he ain't ready for ESPN. He ain't ready for prime time. But if that's what you what if that's what you are aspiring to be? Do we chop you down and say, oh man, you by far a below average host because you given the effort and with the proper guidance and the proper boom, who knows where you can be next year?
Man,
you cut this guy down after we saw him perform on the highest stage.
And then for his team
Right.
to back him the way he did. That's a confidence builder right there. That's a confidence builder right there.
I think you on the island by yourself on this one.
Man, y'all listen to what I'm saying.
I mean, you know, and hey, look, we don't know what this young man is going to do for 16 regular season games.
Right.
Yeah,
but I can tell you saw what he did for one meaningful playoff game. He left it all out on the field, and that's what you ask your players to do. Win, lose, or draw. Huh?
I wish I could see E face, man. Ooh, Coach, I wish I could see E face, man. Coach, I wish I could see E face, man. Oh my God.
Perhaps the starter service will back up yet. All pro, winner of playoff game, Super Bowl ring, no. Not gonna happen.
But that's going too far, man.
Yeah, you're going too far. We didn't say
you're going too far.
We said the young man deserves the opportunity.
He deserves it
for a starting position.
Oh, let me ask you this. Would you put Haskins in front of him? Would you put Haskins in front of him?
No, I would not. But see, a lot of that goes to the intangibles of the game as well. Haskins is a knucklehead. We know.
Exactly, but still. But hold on, Coach. Hold on, E. Sorry. No, let me say this, Coach. Yes, he's a knucklehead, but Haskins is an athlete. He can ball now. He can ball. His freaking decisions, his mind decisions, what messed him up.
Man, this guy just
keep
came
it 100.
in the NFL. He had to learn the NFL system as a backup. You know what I'm saying? And then got thrust into the playoffs. And we talking about, we got rookies that we sitting up here that's about to get offered a lot of money.
Talk to me, Coach.
That's about to get paid a lot of money, and
ain't stepped up and did nothing. Ain't stepped up and did nothing.
This guy has taken several NFL snaps in his first game starting, and went out there and
hey,
balled.
let me ask E this question. And I'm his coach. I'm your coach, E. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. If you play football, what position did you think you would play?
I said when I played football, I played quarterback.
You played
quarterback?
Was a quarterback? Nah. Okay, now. Okay. No, let's say in old high school and college. Let's say that. Not little league. Let's go on how you are right now. If you play football, what position would you play?
What position would I play now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm probably more of a defender at this point.
You'll play what? D-line or what? You play D-line?
Probably linebacker.
Okay. Now let's go with that. Let's go with that. Now you being a rookie and have not played no ball, and I didn't have a DN or a D lineman period or linebacker that I needed one, and you were available, and you came out of nowhere, and you played your freaking butt off. Let's say you got 5 sacks, made 3 forced fumbles, even got a fumble yourself. The whole game from the first to the fourth, you played with the intensity. The intensity you came in the first quarter. You think I would not give you the opportunity to play next season? To fight for that job? Come on, man. Come on. Talk to me.
Okay. I kind of.
And hold on. Let me say this. You think I'm gonna pick you? I'm gonna pick you over John Pierre or let's say Chase Young. And if you playing a hell of a game, you have to show me from practice and preseason what you are made of. If you bring in that same intensity, do I give you that opportunity?
Okay. Again, I'm gonna go with this argument. Okay, we all know about how the Lions took Scott Mitchell to be the starter.
We're not talking about the Lions, E. We're not talking about the Lions. We're not talking about the Lions. We talk about Hickey.
Hear me out. This is similar to the argument we make about Hickey. Remember.
All right, let's go. Come on, let me hear it.
With Dan Marino that season, remember? Did the 6 games with the Dolphins. Played extremely well. Earned himself a contract with the Lions.
Yep.
To be the starter of the Lions. You recall that? Nah. In the end, yes. He played well enough to be an all-pro. He put up nice numbers. True enough. But in the same token, he got paid a ridiculous amount of money for production that was not equal to what they paid him.
He was paid amount of money based on what he showed.
In those 6 games, small sample size.
Hold on. Because the coaches saw something in that player that said, hey, let's give this guy an opportunity and see what we can get that out of him. That we can continue to keep. So all we're saying is, and this is what my boy Lee Meadows said. I love Lee because Lee always keeps it real. Lee said, Will, case in point, Ryan Tannehill, he was considered garbage in Miami, but got with the right system in Tennessee.
Thank you. What's his name?
System means a lot.
What's his name?
He in the right system right now. That's what we talking about. We saying
he's in a perfect system.
So if my assessment is too far, what is your assessment? What do you think he will be as a starting quarterback?
In what system? I didn't hear that. I didn't hear it, Coach.
He said, what is our current assessment? I believe you're saying if he stayed in this particular system in Washington?
That's perfect system for him.
If he stayed, man, look, if Washington would be stupid to let this guy. The only way we couldn't blame Washington is if they weren't able to match what another team was offering this guy. Now, this guy's he's 9 times out of 10, more than likely, if I'm him, and I don't know this guy, I don't know much about him, but he appears to be a guy that could have cared less about the NFL. You know what I'm saying? He had settled in the fact that wasn't going to happen for him, and he just went on about his life. And so in this situation, I think that he's going to be loyal to Washington, and all he's going to do is ask Washington to make him a good offer. You know what I'm saying? That would make him want to stay in Washington and continue working in that system.
And if I was
because
Washington,
the system is for him.
Let me say this, Coach. Yeah. And if Alex Smith was smart, he would stay on as Washington to guide that young man.
Oh, definitely.
I'm serious on that. I'm serious. If Alex Smith was smart, because right now Jack Del Rio is looking at his quarterback, and that quarterback led. Not only did he lead the offense, he led the defense. His team, the team fought around that young man. And when you have a team that does that and does that for a quarterback, that's enough said right there.
I'm just saying, E. To each his own. But in this one, man, I don't think you're hitting it on all four cylinders on this one. I think
we're going to agree to disagree on this.
Yeah.
Oh, no doubt, brother. No doubt.
No doubt. And we're just talking about, giving it. For me, it's about thanks a lot for me, it's about giving the young man an opportunity. He deserves it. He got to
earn that.
Look, I'm still going by the fact that this young man, look, them hits he was taking was prime time, the opportunity for him to stay on his back and say, I can't go no more.
What he did, he shook it off. He shook it off. Yep. He did. He did. And I Washington would be a fool if not give that young man an opportunity to compete for that quarterback position.
Lee, give us a call. 248-417-5719. We just don't want to hear your texts. We want to get you in. Call a line. Let's talk. So we got Cleveland.
Right now,
we got
that's the late game.
The next game.
No, that's the late game, ain't it?
No. The late game is
Bears and Saints.
Yeah.
Bears and Saints.
No. I think the Bears and Saints is next. Let me go to my trusty. Let me pull up my trusty. That I'm always pulling up. I don't have my tablet, my iPad in my hand this time. I'm going off my iPad now. So let's see here. We've got so right now we've got Tennessee and the Ravens, and then let me see here. Our next game, let me go to schedule.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something. In the NFC, that's just my thought, in my opinion. It's gonna be Green Bay and Tampa Bay.
Yes, we got the Bears and Saints, and then the Browns and Steelers for the nightcap. So Bears and Saints. Let's talk about these two teams, Coach. Let's break it down.
I'm gonna break it down like this: Saints all day, because Trubisky, he's not consistent. Number one. Chicago's defense is solid with Khalil Mack. I don't know if he's playing or not, because I know he was injured. He was hurt the last game.
How does these two teams match up to you?
How they match up to me, I think the Saints is more explosive than Chicago. They're more faster. Trubisky is not consistent. One day he can have a good game, next day he can't have a good game. I don't know what he gonna bring to the table today. I don't know. But again, overall, with the Saints, the way they're playing, the way the Saints is playing, they playing overall football the way it's supposed to be played. And I see the Saints going over the over the Bears today.
So you go to Saints over the Bears.
Yep, Saints over the Bears. Yep.
So let's break down. Let's break down why you give the Saints the edge.
For
you
one,
got the young guns,
Alvin Kamara. For one, Alvin Kamara. For one, Alvin Kamara. Not only just he's a runner, he's a pass catcher out the backfield. Okay. You know, he's very explosive. And then they have, not just him, they got other running backs that come behind them. Their offensive line is very solid. Their offensive line is solid.
Right.
Now you want to go to my forte, the defense. Their defense is a little shaky, but they step up when it comes to game time.
Okay.
Big format like this, Saints step up. And Sean Payton, he coached them boys. He coached them.
There's been there was some good assessments and breakdowns yesterday on NFL Live where they were talking about the young guns versus the older quarterbacks, and so we were looking like what we're seeing right here. The Ravens against Tennessee, you got a young up and coming quarterback, and then you got Ryan Tannehill on Tennessee on the Titans side. And right now, I'm looking at the Ravens, and it looks like the Ravens may have learned their lesson from last year.
Yeah.
So
let me see what the score
is. Could it be that we could have a young, hungry Chicago Bears quarterback who's probably learned from his mistakes because he was playing some good ball the last 4 games of the regular season?
Yeah, he was. But in those 4 games, Coach, I'm gonna tell you something. In them 4 games that I did get a chance to see, he wasn't consistent. He wasn't consistent, man. In those 4 games, he wasn't consistent. The defense pulled them out.
Well, defense was.
And then they had help from other teams. That's how Chicago got in it. They had help. But if they didn't have help, Chicago.
They had help, but they still had to win. Right.
Exactly.
They help. No, their help didn't get them into the playoffs. Their win got them in.
No, they had to win. Arizona had to lose. It was something. It's on my paperwork.
No, but Chicago could have won. They won. That was automatic. So they took care of that. Had they lost and the other team had won or lost, that would have got them in. But they won. So their win secured them their spot. They were battling for their division because there was no division. Yeah, because look, it was just the Bears. You got to go back. Remember, the Bears were in because there was nobody else in our division, but them and
Green Bay.
Green Bay, they was up there by themselves.
Yeah, but you had other divisions that had a little better record than Chicago. They had to get a loss from them.
No, they just would have had to play a different team. It was about seeding. They were in. They were already a wild card lock because Detroit and Minnesota,
they was out of it at the beginning.
Right. So,
but at the end of the day, to me, Trubisky is not consistent in Chicago. He's not consistent. We gonna have to see. To me, I think the Saints is gonna pull it off because they playing in New Orleans for number 1.
Oh yeah,
they playing in New Orleans for number 1. That's number 1. Drew Brees is a way better quarterback than Trubisky. Trubisky is not on even the level of Drew Brees. The running back, Chicago has a good running back, but Alvin Kamara is a way better running back. He's a way better running back.
But let
defense,
me say this.
They compare.
Right, but so let's break it down. I'm gonna go for and against. I'm gonna break down each team and what each team needs to do to win. If Chicago wants to win this game, they have to continuously keep pressure on Drew Brees. That's first and foremost.
First and foremost, okay? They got to put pressure on him.
Continue to make it a running game and take the passing game away. Because
that's not going to happen.
Hold on.
That's not going to happen.
I said, I don't believe they can stop that running game.
No, they can't.
That's what I said. So when you're in the passing situations, because they can stop him, from getting a first down. You know what I'm saying? If they're on a third and 6th, 3rd and 7, that's what they have to do to New Orleans. If they want to have a chance of winning this game, they got to make it. They can't make it easy for New Orleans. New Orleans got to fight for every down, every first down. They got to fight for every first down, and so that's going to be one of the keys for the Bears. For the Saints have to not only rely on the running game, but they have to be able to play action. I'm saying play action is the new superhero killer. You know what I'm saying? That every team needs to have in their arsenal and be able to use it well at the right time. So I believe that for me, the Saints are their own worst enemy in this game, not necessarily the Chicago Bears.
Okay, now to feed off of what you said on that, now when Hill come in, Chicago should already know what type of play they're gonna run, because it's the same play they've been running all season with Hill. He can be a passer, he can be a runner, either or. They got to know how to defend that. Okay, I think Hill is going to be a difference in that game. He's going to be a difference in that game, and you heard that from me. He's going to be a difference in that game because he brings more. He brings more to the table than Trubisky does. Watch what I tell you. Watch what I tell you. They got to put pressure on both of them, Hill and Drew Brees. They got to put pressure. Defense got to bring it.
Hey! I'm looking. So I'm listening to you and I'm peeping at the game, and I just saw something. What's Tennessee's running back? What's number 22? What's his name again?
Derrick Henry.
Yeah,
he got the ball down. He just ran.
I'm watching him on the sideline with him and the coach, and you can see the coach is in him saying, son, you're not making good decisions. You know what I'm saying? You're not playing with hunger. And I think this is when you get guys out here. There we go. There you go. That's how you run, son. And
I just saw that play.
Yeah, good coach pulled him to the side. Hey, son, come on. You got to keep your head in the game.
And just like what E said about Tannehill, Tannehill was not in a good system with Miami.
No, he wasn't.
And then also, he didn't have
for the record, the person that said that was Lee Meadows.
And then he didn't have the players that he has now. He didn't have a Derrick Henry in Miami. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Right, everything was resting on his arm. Right, everything was
exactly.
And I think that's the
resting on his arm.
Right, and I think that's where I agree with you. Why I believe the Saints is going to pull this off against the Bears, because the Bears don't have that running back like Kamara. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Where they can say, "Hey, let's take the ball out of Mitchell's hands." You know what I'm saying? Let's not ride so much on his arm.
Right.
And so I'm with you. You know, I'm gonna go with the Saints. So the nightcap.
Whoo. Now
Man,
the Browns beat the Steelers the last
without
game.
Ben Russell,
Now
without
that's without their starters, and you said that too. You
yeah,
said that, and the way now I don't want to play a team I just played.
that's
You know what I'm
dangerous.
saying? That's very dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Even though they're not with their head coach and they offensive coordinator, but still, the way the Cleveland Browns are playing, in my heart of hearts, I think Cleveland can beat Pittsburgh. In my mind, Pittsburgh gonna take Cleveland because they in Pittsburgh. You know, uh, that can go either
Well, I
way.
mean, let's keep it 100. We proud that Cleveland overcame. They got into the playoffs that they haven't been in 25 years, and they won a playoff game. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
if I'm Cleveland, just go out there and leave it all out on the field today,
Yeah, give it
and
all you
let the
got.
chips fall where they may. I mean, you know,
And,
you going up,
and my
you going up against a giant, a juggernaut. You know what I'm saying? That
mhm,
unfortunately for you, they got all their pieces, and you coming up, you don't have everything. You know, it's like they taking a knife to a gunfight today by
exactly.
their head
And
coach and their play caller not being there. And
and
look, you and I both know, coach, about play calling. Play call there. You know, a lot of people think, oh, anybody can call, but no, you can't.
no,
For
no, you can't.
me, for me, what made me a good play caller? I was a different kind. I didn't run plays, call plays just because I liked them. Everything I called was setting something else up, and I was looking for, oh, what could I exploit? You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily
And I
saying,
was
oh,
that.
I'm gonna get this right. Let's see how do they adjust to this? How do they
And
attack
I
it?
was.
Because there's
And
something
I
else
was
coming. It's another play coming behind it. So if they
right.
stop it, if they stop this, they got to commit this.
And
So
I'm a
then I can
defensive
come back
coach.
and I can show them something and make them think I'm about to run some of the same things, but it's different because now it's meant for them to attack it the same way so that I can, make something else happen. That was the type of
And
play
I'm the
caller I
same way
was.
off. And that's the same way that I am
And you
on
were too.
defense. Yeah.
Yeah,
If
you
I
were
come
too.
with one play, I'm coming with another one to
Mm-hmm.
get you off your feet. And
Yeah.
that's something what the Browns need to do. They got to
Yeah.
do that to keep the Steelers off their feet.
They got to
You
keep
know,
them. Yeah, they do.
you
They got to keep them
yeah.
on their heels.
And I think, and I'm gonna tell you, not just because I'm a Michigan guy, go blue. Donovan People Jones is gonna make a difference in this game today.
Okay.
Donovan People Jones, I'm saying that
Big Rob Smith,
because
what's up, big bro? What you got to
a
say?
lot of
What you
the
got to say? Baltimore is up 17-13, fourth quarter, 10 minutes left in the game.
lot
Baltimore
of
has the
football,
ball, first and 10.
lot of football,
27. There you go. Good job. They pick up up 11 yards. They first and 10. Another first and 10. And and,
and
and the
I'm gonna
clock
tell
is
you something. And I'm gonna tell you something, Coach. If I was any team, I don't want to play Baltimore.
yeah.
I don't want to play. I don't want to play Baltimore because
Yeah.
Baltimore is that team that can shake that can shake and break you. They can. They can because
Well,
Lamar can hurt you with your feet.
yep, with
You
his feet,
know,
yeah.
and Ingram. You know, I don't
Good
know if he's
pass.
playing or not.
Good
Yeah,
pass.
damn good pass.
Man. You was
And
talking
he's
about him
making
hurting you with his feet. Let me tell you what ESPN was talking about him yesterday. They were saying that he's been a much better accurate passer. Look at how he stood in the pocket.
yeah.
Just on that last pass that he just made. Look at how he stood in the pocket and he put that ball where no one could get it but the receiver. And
But
double
at the
coverage.
end of the day, at the end of the
Woo!
day, at the end of the day, football
First
is
down.
football is about the trenches, the
There you
O
go. How
line
well do you,
and the D line.
and they just got another first down on that run in the trenches.
O line and D line.
You know what? This is gonna be my first L if Tennessee, because I went for Tennessee in this one. So this if they don't pull this one out, this will be my first L for the playoffs and for this wild card weekend. So
good job, Baltimore. Good job. Good job. Good job, Baltimore. This is the type of game you want to see.
Mm-hmm. See,
and it's gonna show who
there
won.
you go. Good job. Boom. Look at that. You see what I'm saying?
I ain't see that. I'm a
You about
couple
to
of
see
minutes
it. You're
behind.
about to see it. Yeah, you about to see it. Man, great play action. Lamar Jackson sold that perfectly. And the tight end, he just gets that quick out right there. There you go. Good job. That's just a good, really good job. He almost ran like that was an out that he ended up turning upfield. So yeah, this is a really good out route, and to get in and find the empty space within the zone. Very good job.
Yeah. And Lamar Jackson is playing his game. You got
He's
to give him. He's
comfortable.
playing
You see
his
how
game.
comfortable
Yeah,
he looks?
he's very comfortable in this game. Come on, callers, call
There you
in.
go.
Let me hear
Boom!
what y'all got to say.
Bam! Wait till you see this play coming up, Coach. Yeah, the Ravens is they clicking offensively. They clicking on all cylinders right now. Just a great game. This is a great game. And that's how you run that RPO. That's how you run it. He ran that option really good. Really good. That read. Did you see it?
So, yeah, I saw it, yeah. So, let me ask you this, Coach.
Good protection. Way to get outside of the pocket. Good job.
Damn, I'm seeing this. I'm seeing all this late, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm seeing, and we just got away from everything.
The satellite signal is a little slow. Yeah, Eric, there you go. We agree. Eric Buckner says Lamar Jackson is looking very good. Look, I haven't seen this young man look this comfortable in the playoffs. Remember what he looked like last year. You know what I'm saying? He looked like
they had
everything.
Him rattled.
Yeah, like he was hurrying up everything. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just was right. I think now he understands that, you can't play tight in the play. Good job. There you go. You can't play tight. Now, if I'm Baltimore in this next series, where that you are behind on me on, but you're about to see it. If I'm the Ravens in this next series, they're setting them up for play action pass right now, because they have to account for not only the running back, but now they got to account for Lamar Jackson running. If you could suck them in with play action on this next play, right, that's about to happen on my end at 5:25 and counting, 3rd down and 6. This is perfect for play action right now. They're in a cover 1. Bad play.
What happened? What happened?
Bad choice. Yep, 4th down.
I didn't see that.
Well, you're about to see it. 4th down. Yeah, that was whoever called that. That was just a bad call. That was a bad call. Just a bad play call.
I'm finna see it right now.
Yep. They going for it.
We got the first down. They got the first down.
No, it's 4th and 2.
It's a flag down. I see it's a flag. Holding.
4 seconds. 2, 1. Okay, they go to snap. Roll out. Punt. Dump. Good. There you go. First down.
They just called pass interference on offense.
Oh, yeah, we got a flag.
Yeah, pass interference. Pass interference. Yep, pass interference. Offense.
Wow.
He did pass interference on that crossing route. Yep, offense. It was on that crossing route. You got to settle for a field goal. But again, Coach, at the end of the day, man, we as a people, man. Now we just talking now. We don't got
You know what? I
that.
didn't see pass interference right there.
I didn't either. But he bumped. He shoved him. That's what they looking at. But at the end of the day, people, y'all got to stay safe, man. Y'all got to stay safe, man. This stuff is serious. This stuff is serious out here, and we got to do what we got to do to stay safe. You take that vaccine, that's on you. I'm not. But again, we still got to stay safe to do what we got to do, people, for real.
I mean, I'm not going to take it either. Right now, I still think that I need to, get some more, understanding on it. The problem that bothers me with this is that, I said this before, I'm going to say it again. They're offering nurses, people, frontline workers money to take it. I just don't understand. If I'm a medical person and I know something can possibly save my life, you wouldn't have to pay me.
Right.
To take it.
Exactly.
And so that's where I have a problem. I'm very concerned with the incoming administration that from the looks of it, they possibly could be trying to put some legislation together that will make people, take it.
Take it. Yeah.
I think this is what people don't understand, why it's not good for any of us to have one party controlling everything. No longer are we a democracy.
Nope.
Nope. And so
and we saw that a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
We saw that a couple of days ago. We're not a democracy. And
so, we're not a republic when one party can control, and a lot of people say, well, the people voted for it. And I think a lot of people voted based off of emotion and not off of being rational.
Yeah.
And we know what happens when you make decisions off of being emotional. I wasn't emotional in this election. I'm gonna say,
hey, look, I'm not a fan of hip hop Atlanta or nothing like that. But I watched it one day on my off day because it wasn't nothing else on TV, wasn't no sports or nothing, no good movie. But I happened to watch that, and Waka Flocka's mother, she said that she was pro Trump. She was down with Trump, and everybody looked at her like, "Damn, you Trump. People ain't gonna like you no more." And blah. She said, "I don't care what people think about me or how they feel."
Right.
She said, "Trump got me money." That's just what she said. She said, "Trump got me money." I don't know how that was or is or however, but I'm saying this to say this. You have a voice to do whatever you want to do, whether you dislike or you like a person. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like Donald Trump, but something that he did was he spoke his mind.
Yeah, and you can't,
and a lot of presidents, senators, they do not speak their mind. Exactly. They speak what other people say to make them feel good. And when you have a person that speak their mind, that's a different answer. Now, let's say this again. I am not for Trump. I am not. I don't like him. Can't stand it. I never have. Even when he was part of the hip hop culture, and he was. But again, you have a person that spoke his mind and did what he spoke his mind on. You know what I'm saying? When you have other people that don't speak their mind, they go off of what other people say and what other people think.
And see, you make a point, and that's my and that's my concern with Biden. My concern with Biden is who's controlling this guy? Because I know it ain't him. You know what I'm saying? And
It,
you know, but again, I'm gonna say this, and people can be mad at me, but people arguing over who the best slave master.
yeah, none
You
of the
is
motherfuckers is.
Right? Beep. I was supposed to
Sorry about
beep.
that. Sorry about that, coach. And sometimes I slip. Forgive
I'm
me,
already
audience. I
look, man. Look,
apologize.
I got some haters out there. I'm this close from them putting me in Facebook jail.
You ain't the only one.
And I don't know. Look. And for the life of me, I don't know why they had shut my Facebook page down for a minute, saying that I violated their some stuff
Policy
that I
code.
from 3 years ago. That wasn't a policy. So, and they won't let me see what it is, so I can go back into my stuff and take it down.
But
So that's the problem. That's what the scary part is going forward. We're in this Me Too where if I say the wrong thing,
I get
you
penalized
take what
for
I say the wrong way,
it.
I'm done.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I don't care. See, the cool thing I like about what I do, I can cancel my social media accounts and still do all the things that I do.
No doubt. No doubt.
I could shut them down and wouldn't miss a beat.
Again, like we said earlier in our show, about our people coming together and being one. I can't see that happening. I'm praying in my lifetime. I'm 56 years old. I'll be 57 next month on the 11th. I don't know when Allah gonna call me, but I hope to see in my lifetime my children graduate from high school and college. I hope to see that our people come together as one. You know what I'm saying? And if you ever get a chance to read the Willie Lynch theory, please read it, because that was a very serious situation in our history. If you ever get a chance to read the book about Frank Botha, who was the president of South Africa before de Klerk was, and then Nelson Mandela. Please read that book about Frank Botha, and you will see the connection of everything about our people, man. And Coach Will said something. It wasn't just slavery. It happened way back then before slavery, while we are out the way we are. I could speak on it, but I'm not. I need for y'all to investigate this to see where
people
comes in.
definitely got to read.
You
But you know what,
read,
Coach?
man.
Let's go ahead and we can continue this off air. We ran 2 hours and 53 minutes and 31 seconds.
Wow.
Just Coach V and me. It was just Coach V and me. We hope you all enjoyed the show. Tune in next Sunday. I promise we'll be on time. Well, I hope to be. Let's put it that way. But until next Sunday, Pure and Uncut. Lions Football
100.
Talk with Coach V.
Coach V, that's me.
And me, Coach Will Muhammad, saying you all have a good week. Stay strong.
Stay safe.
Read a book. I got a new show I'm gonna be talking to Coach about, but my son told me, he said, Pops, I think people would pay to watch you read books. He said, because you got some books.
That'll be a good thing right there. That'll be a good thing.
So I've got a platform that I'm, looking at it, and another social media platform. I actually have a very good following on. I just stumbled across this, and so I'm thinking about it, and see whether see how we can put it together, and hopefully you guys will come over and check that one out. It'll probably be during the middle of the week or something. I want to look at our other partners, people that we socialize with, that have their shows, because I never want to step on anybody's, toes or whatever, and see how we, I could do this thing. Like I said, I do have a good following over there, but I think, I would love to invite the people who tune in over here, to come over there and check it out. But still gonna look at it. I still got a couple of things, to in the works. I think it'll be good for me once I, have my surgery, after surgery, while I'm convalescing from surgery. I think that would be a cool thing. So that's something I'm probably gonna be looking into.
And
but
I'm also, if everybody, I'm bringing Georgia Phoenix Next Level Football back, while I'm training football players, helping them get to the next level, whatever level that is. It ain't just about physical; it's about the mental part of it, of the game. Whether it's basketball, football, baseball, whatever. I'm here. I can train. I'm good at what I do. Check me out. It's coming out soon. It's coming out this year.
Hey, Coach.
It's coming out.
Well, I can
yes,
say
sir.
Congratulations to you. The Ravens got an interception with 1:50 left.
Yeah, I saw that.
Tennessee has their 3 timeouts, so it's not, so to speak, a done deal. But they are down by 10 points, so they would need.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised they didn't call a pass interference on that.
Yeah,
I'm surprised.
But it looked like he just slipped. You'd have to see it from a reverse angle, but let's see here. Well, he ran into the defender. The defender has just as much right
see that.
to. Yeah, he ran into the defender and fell. So hey.
Okay.
He ran right smack into.
All right, with that, Coach.
Hey, everybody! Thank you all
Coach,
so much. Hang in there, Coach. We're gonna come off the air. Thanks everybody for tuning in.
All right.
We will see you all next Sunday. Have a beautiful and blessed week.